good morning.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
The Morning Rush starts right now.
And welcome into the Morning Rush on this beautiful day here in the great state of Arkansas. Appreciate everybody listening in this morning. John Neighbors, Tommy Kraft, Maddie T, all in studio with you today. And thank you as always for making us a part of your morning this morning. It's a Wednesday, and a week from today will be Christmas. So that's about the biggest positive I can give you for today.
What? Christmas in a week? Oh!
Yeah. 7 days.
I think there's still people out there that haven't thought about that yet.
Now, I may be one of them because I literally just thought about it as I was saying it.
No, you've thought about it because that sweater you've got on today.
Like my sweater?
With the OJ on it. The juice. The juice.
Hey, Twitter world, yours truly. That's how he starts every video on Twitter.
But
like the white blazers as the snowflakes.
I haven't examined
the Broncos. Excuse me.
Listen,
Broncos.
I haven't examined every detail of your sweater this morning.
Well, you got time to do it.
I've got 3 hours. Yeah.
You got 3 hours to memorize it. So yes.
But I still we talked about this. I think we put a poll up. We may need to get our own Stu Gotts here to go over the poll results here and get Maddie.
About the Christmas shopping?
Yeah, I don't know how that turned out for most categories.
Yeah, I'm going through. I'm scrolling back.
Some people just don't want to admit they're behind. But anyway,
But you're not one of the people that's behind.
Listen, other than my responsibilities here at work for Christmas gifts, my wife takes care of all of it.
Beautiful.
So if I'm behind, it's her fault.
By the way, 40% led the way with getting close to getting done with Christmas shopping.
Close. All right. So 60% of you out there are like me and done anything.
Yeah. Well, 27% say they haven't even started.
All right.
And then 25% say they got it all done.
So a fourth is done, a fourth hadn't started. So the other...
And 8% gave up.
Yeah. All right.
8% hadn't even just wanted to.
There you go.
Probably let somebody else do the Christmas shopping. So, yeah, there you have it. There you have it. Well, here's the thing.
Time to get with it.
Here's the thing, and this is what's beautiful about this.
It's Christmas shopping day for coaches today.
That's right. You have the early signing day today, which we're going to talk about. And, of course, we're going to have Andrew Hutchison of hogbeat.com. He's going to be joining us at 8 o'clock to discuss more about it and kind of the look up from it all. But here's the thing, too. It's also a Wednesday, so it's a What's Your Beef Wednesday, of course, which is what we do every Wednesday. Since there will not be a What's Your Beef Wednesday next week for the Christmas holiday,
all right,
we may need to really make sure this What's Your Beef Wednesday is themed with Christmas.
Okay.
So it can be the Christmas shopping. It can be the Christmas traffic. It can be the Christmas family or the family during Christmas time that you have to spend time with. Could be trying to buy gifts. I mean, it can be anything dealing with Christmas.
That year you got jeans as a kid for Christmas.
Yep.
You got jeans in that big box. My dad had a wonderful story. He told about Christmas. There had been a big box under the tree with his name on it for weeks.
Jeans.
He could only imagine how wonderful the toy was that was inside. Christmas Day rolls around, he opens it, it's 4 pair of jeans.
The disappointment.
So maybe you have a story like that.
Yeah. Well, no, see, and it's funny you bring that up, Tommy, because I like to troll my nephews where I get in the biggest box I can find, and it ends up being something about this big. So that way they really think, because every kid's like, oh, the bigger the box, the greater the gift it must be. But it's not always the case. Teach them a valuable lesson about life, saying not everything is what it seems. So, yeah, What's Your Beef Wednesday today? Make it themed after Christmas. Or maybe some of you who are in the full Christmas spirit don't want to complain or don't have any ill will towards Christmas because it's such a beautiful holiday that you get to spend with your loved ones, which is not true. Anybody can say that, but that's never the case. It's not true. So we're going to be doing all of that today. And if you want to get in on the conversation and give us your beefs today, 877-377-6963 is the number to call or text in via the Cherokee Casino hotline. But I do want to talk about early signing day today because it seems like no one in Arkansas really cares about signing day today. And there is a good reason why no one cares about signing day today. Because Arkansas in the past 3 seasons, essentially, since this early signing period has been instilled, has not benefited at all. In fact, it's been more hurtful to Arkansas than anything.
It's been a tremendous detriment to Arkansas because Arkansas has been in transition the last 2 of the last 3 years. You hired Chad Morris. He came in the year the early signing period started, right?
That's right.
So he was here for the very first one. What an awful time to be a new head coach. Early signing period begins. You're in year 1 of your first Power 5 job. You're in day one, not year one, day one. And now you've got 2 weeks to put together a class.
Good luck, buddy.
Sam Pittman's rowing that same boat right now. And I just, early signing period begins today, runs through Friday. Here's my early beef with early signing period and this, what we're doing right now. February used to be wonderful. It was like another holiday for college football fans. We all waited for that wonderful, what was it, a Tuesday in February, the first Tuesday, and it was like a second Christmas for many programs. Now, Arkansas never really felt that way because rare was the day you had a top 10 national class or even a top 4 or 5 SEC class. But the whole college football world stopped for that. Now we got this early signing period in December, which has messed all of it up because we got 2 signing dates. But who's it really helping to sign early? Signing early after your senior season is complete in high school?
A whole, 2 months before?
Signing early after the college regular season is complete? Now, I understand, John, it would take some massive revamping of the entire recruiting calendar. But if we're truly on a mission to help the 460 student athletes, and all this
hogwash.
Exactly.
So I could call it.
We're here to support the student athlete. That's our mission. That's our goal. Yeah.
Whenever you're collecting checks is what your mission is.
Hard to say that when you're making 6 figures a year.
Yeah.
If that's truly the mission of athletic departments around, and I'm not, this isn't just an Arkansas thing. This is a college football thing. Then the early signing period would benefit the incoming student athlete. When would best be the dates for them to sign in an early signing period? After their senior season? Or, I don't know, hell, maybe prior to.
Prior to would make sense.
August 1st, 2nd, 3rd sounds more logical to me than December 18th. But I understand college coach, well, what if that kid gets hurt? What if that kid takes his senior season off and doesn't play hard? What if this? What if that? What if? Well, what if you take a job to make 3 times what you're making and you've told that kid you're going to be here and now you're in Florida somewhere or you're wherever?
Mm-hmm.
Now what? Oh, that's not a two-way street. To me, that's what is so wrong with the early signing period is it's in the wrong part of the calendar, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I get all the reasons that they don't want to do it, but that's what I'm beefing with. This thing ought to be in August, and that way when college programs go through transition like this, you're not completely hosed. Have a caveat. Hey, if the head coach leaves, you got a 3-day period, you can get out of it. I get it. Something. It could all be fixed if they chose to fix it.
Yes.
But the system is set up to benefit the colleges and the coaches that make millions of dollars, which I have no problem with them making 7 figures. But don't sit here and stand behind a podium as an AD and say, well, our mission's just to help the 460 student athletes at our institution. That's all we're here for.
Sure.
Well, then why aren't you making about $48,000 a year plus state benefits?
Yeah.
Why ain't all that money poured back into them?
Well, they got to live, Tommy.
So this is just another example. This is just one more example of how, to me, it does not fully benefit the student athlete.
Yeah.
Now, tell me I'm wrong.
I can't.
Tell me I'm wrong that the signing period in December does nothing but benefit college coaches and institutions and protects the high school coaches to a degree, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That way that player has to
perform.
I get all of that. But this is a byproduct of having it in December is, well, if you're a program hiring a new coach, now if you're an AD, you got to think about it. Do I really want to fire my coach? Because we're getting ready to lose a class. Arkansas has had lost classes in 2 of the last 3 years. And you go back and you count up when Bielema first came in, lost class there, although they ended up getting some kids the next year and worked out with some great guys like Skipper and Alex Collins and some other great early recruits. But it took some time. Denver Kirkland would be another one. But you can't keep having like 3 or 4 lost classes in a 10-year period because no one recruited in 2012. I mean, nobody. Once they lost to UL Monroe, nobody was recruiting.
Nope.
Nobody was coming to Arkansas. So you lost that class. Then you lost Bielema's first class. There's 2. Then you've lost 2 of the last 3. There's 4 since 2012. Well, how do you build a football program in this league around that?
But the benefit, though, Tommy, the benefit I will say that using the Bielema comparison is since the early signing period didn't exist, he was able to salvage it as a new coach. And that's what you're hoping for. And that's where it all comes into play when it comes to new coaches. There's Sam Pittman, I'm not saying he can't have a solid recruiting class, but you can't salvage, you can't have the great high-level recruiting class that you did when you become the head coach. You're back, all right, coach, got about 10 days to gain this relationship with all these kids.
So why is it December 18th through the 20th this year? I go back. If it had been August 1st, 2nd, 3rd, those kids have signed. Now, again, is that, well, Tommy, you're suggesting false pretenses here. They just signed with Chad Morris's staff. Well, again, I don't know the answer to that. Maybe if there's a coaching change in your institution with a head coach, you got to be very specific.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a period from December 1st through the 3rd where you can opt out of your national letter of intent under these following circumstances.
Yeah. And which I don't think it's too difficult to do if the
coach
gets fired. Or he quits or whatever.
If coaches can opt out, players ought to be able to opt out.
I agree.
But a lot of these kids, particularly the in-state kids like a Blaine Toll, me and you could be the coaches. I think he's coming to Arkansas. Kid wants to be a Razorback.
Yep.
Let's get it out of the way, because if we're truly here to benefit the 460 student athletes, then let's benefit them and not crush football programs that have to make changes with their coaches. Because right now it's suffocating for Sam Pittman or any other program going through transition.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody's been hardcore recruiting for Arkansas football since late October, early November. Certainly, when Chad Morris saw the handwriting on the wall and knew, man, if I lose to Western Kentucky, I'm probably fired. The hardcore recruiting ended then. And it's just difficult, man.
It is. It is.
And I know we're crying because it affects our program, the one we follow, the one we love, the one we bleed for. But it's really, even if this was Alabama, and no one's shedding a tear for Alabama or LSU or pick another blue blood, it's really just it penalizes those that are already having problems, because you don't change coaches generally unless you're having a problem in your program. It's just a further penalty.
Mm-hmm.
And a further reason an AD's got to really don't want to hang on to this coach if it's marginal, like 50-50, like Bielema. They picked the worst time, really, to fire Bielema, considering early signing period and all that. I mean, it makes you wonder if they really figured all that in, looking back.
But at the same time, though, Bielema and his staff stopped recruiting, too. So it's like it's all one big mess.
So you stop recruiting, and then, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
This early signing period.
I know. It's a big mess, and that's what we're going to discuss this morning.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get on a soapbox.
It's fine. It's your show.
No. No, you make it very clear it's your show.
No, yeah. Well, maybe today it needs to be yours, because that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about this early signing period and what the benefits, the cons. It seems like it's more cons than it is benefits.
Well,
and we're going to discuss it throughout the whole show. And obviously, we know what Tommy's beefing with today as well. So,
it's What's Your Beef Wednesday. That gummit, we need to come out of the gate with something.
That's right, and that's what we came out of the gate with. So we're going to discuss it, but
we're
quick.
Way behind.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So let's go ahead and get into some quick-hitting headlines presented by Williams Tractor.
Hey, the end of 2019 means the beginning of great savings at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville. The Case IH year-end sales event's on right now with all Farmall, Maxim, and Puma Series tractors, along with the complete line of hay tools, all at special discounts and special rates right now. The final days and your final chance to save are here right now at Williams Tractor. Call them at 479-442-8284 or learn more about these discounts on Case Tractors today at williamstractor.com.
Sam Pittman will be meeting with the media today at 3 p.m. at the Fred W. Smith Press Conference Room to speak on the signees that they will have. But again, it won't be one of those great classes that everyone's hyped up about just because given the circumstances. Also, this is something we're going to get into later, but Mark Emert has alluded to the possibility of the NCAA football game returning. I don't care about anything else that he said, but it's about the NCAA football game returning for the Xbox and PlayStation and all that stuff. All he says is that we need assurances that no more lawsuits will be filed, a group license deal that will give students a voice, and without them forming a union to making them employees. So whatever that means, we're getting closer. At least that's what I hope for. But we'll get to more of these headlines, more of your phone calls and text message via the Cherokee Casino hotline. Coming up next on The Morning Rush.
Hello, my name is Sean Brazel. I'm with the Fence Man and Quantum Property Services. I'm here to give you the brass tacks and hard facts of what encompassing all of your property needs are. We can help you with your real estate, your property management, your construction, and
your money. Hi, I'm Andy, Money Talks Knox. I'm here to talk to you about maximizing your return on your investment and also helping you get creative with your financing. Please, when you think of Quantum Property Services, Inc., give us a call at 479-434-6860. That's 479-434-6860. I'm Andy, Money Talks Knox.
brass tacks, hard facts.
Hi, I'm Hector here from La Huertas. We like everything hot. La Huertas, we're fresh, authentic Mexican food served every day. La Huertas has 4 locations in the Fort Smith area with daily happy hours and a margarita night. Check it out. We're open 7 days a week with draft beer specials. Monday and Thursday night football. We are Fort Smith Authentic Mexican Restaurant. Yes, sir, we are. Fresh, homemade flour tortillas. La Huertas. At Rogers and Garrison location. Eat until you hurt. In Fort Smith, La Huertas.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
Hello, my name is Sean Brazel. I'm with the Fence Man and Quantum Property Services. I'm here to give you the brass tacks and hard facts of what encompassing all of your property needs are. We can help you with your real estate, your property management, your construction, and
your money. Hi, I'm Andy, Money Talks Knox. I'm here to talk to you about maximizing your return on your investment and also helping you get creative with your financing. Please, when you think of Quantum Property Services, Inc., give us a call at 479-434-6860. That's 479-434-6860. I'm Andy, Money Talks Knox.
brass tacks, hard facts.
Hi, I'm Hector here from La Huertas. We like everything hot. La Huertas, we're fresh, authentic Mexican food served every day. La Huertas has 4 locations in the Fort Smith area with daily happy hours and a margarita night. Check it out. We're open 7 days a week with draft beer specials. Monday and Thursday night football. We are Fort Smith Authentic Mexican Restaurant. Yes, sir, we are. Fresh, homemade flour tortillas. La Huertas. At Rogers and Garrison location. Eat until you hurt. In Fort Smith, La Huertas.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
Video streaming live on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube.
Morning Rush. If you want to get on the conversation, call or text the Cherokee Casino hotline at 877-377-6963. Rhodes Chevrolet, folks. David Neal wants to invite you to take your home and your to a new car or truck from Rhodes Chevrolet. It is employee discounts for all month long. Remaining 2019 Silverado Z71 Crew Cabs up to $15,000 off, as well as the new 2020 Chevrolet Equinox is up to $6,000 off. Don't wait. The gift that keeps on giving is at Rhodes Chevrolet, exit 2A off of I-540 in Van Buren, RHODES, Chevrolet.com. See dealer for details at Rhodes Chevrolet. Wanted to bring this up as well, as it looks like, nothing confirmed just yet, but it looks like Arkansas will at least have a linebacker coach and a defensive backs coach at this point in time. This is according to footballscoop.com, that Ryan Rhodes, he's a JUCO head coach out of Hutchinson, Kansas, which Hutchinson, Kansas has produced so many great junior college players. Looks like he is going to be joining Sam Pittman's staff as the linebacker coach, and Sam Carter, who was I believe he was an analyst or a quality control coach over at Missouri for the defense. He is going to be coaching the secondary.
Yeah, he's going to be a cornerbacks coach. Andrew Hutchinson has written a piece. It's on Hog Beat right now that he is going to be Sam Carter is going to be joining the staff as one of the 10 full-time assistants. So they've also got Justin Stepp coming back, but they have not released an official release on him, have they?
I don't think so.
I have not seen that. Maybe they're waiting because they're going to put all the assistants in one release. They've done something for Barry Odom that we know. So he's been retained, or we believe he's going to be retained. You mentioned Ryan Rhodes there, and then Sam Carter. So that leaves 5 spots still to fill on this coaching staff.
Thought it was a little interesting that they went the route of junior college coach for linebackers. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just thought it was interesting.
They're going to need some JUCO players. I don't know. Yeah, I do find it interesting. Now, what we don't know, or we haven't dug up yet, or someone hadn't reported, so we hadn't read their article, or there's some connection there that we've got to understand. He coached or played, or he was on a former staff with. There's something. He's in someone's coaching tree there that makes sense.
Well, when Sam Pittman was the head coach of Hutchinson, way back when, the junior college, Rhodes was a linebacker on that team.
Okay.
So there's the connection. Yeah, he played for Pittman. Okay. The Blue Dragons, if you will. So that's where the connection originally started. And here's the thing, too, is that I didn't realize this when in the junior college ranks, that if you hire a coach from junior college, they have to be an on-field coach in order to avoid a rule to where if Sam Pittman didn't make him a full-time coach or an on-the-field coach, then they would have to wait 2 years before they could recruit any players out of that particular junior college he came from. I didn't know that was a rule. But since he's going to be, at least according to this report, going to be the linebackers coach, that rule does not come into play. So
I didn't know that. I did not know that rule.
I did not either. So, but
I guess that's so you can't go hire a JUCO coach to get one player, then dump the coach.
Yeah.
After a year or whatever, because JUCO coaches they don't make 6 figures. You know, they're making tens of thousands, not hundreds of thousands of dollars. Well, we'll hire you in this analyst role, pay you $10,000 more than you're making now. And then once we get your kid signed in here and installed, the next year,
we'll see.
We're not going to renew your contract.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I guess maybe that's part of it. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a reason why. There's probably a good reason why.
Not that anyone would do that.
No.
Because the mission is about the 460 student athletes and their well-being.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the coaches getting any sort of edge there.
Right.
But hey, listen, I think it's a good move
because clear mission statement.
The Hutchinson produces a lot of great junior college players. In fact, Arkansas is recruiting currently 2 players that are on the junior college ranks at Hutchinson. So it does make sense.
I sat here 24 hours ago and really felt confident we'd be talking about an offensive coordinator hire or a pending hire, or we got the name. We're just waiting for the deal to get done, kind of like we had with Barry Odom. It doesn't feel like we're any closer, does it?
No, or at least not knowing anything different than what we knew yesterday.
Right. I don't feel like I'm anywhere further down the road. I feel like we're stuck in traffic on this offensive coordinator hire.
Yeah. Because the only thing that may have been, and this isn't anything new or nothing that we didn't discuss, but footballscoop.com did report yesterday and wrote an article about it that there's essentially just 3 names. One of these 3 names will more than likely be the offensive coordinator for Arkansas, Kendall Briles, Major Applewhite, Chip Long. They didn't have Rhett Lashley in there, which I thought was interesting. But that's pretty much where they stand right now. And Football Scoop's usually pretty accurate on these things.
They're very accurate.
So, I mean,
all right, so of those three, what would be your best guess? I think that's all any of us are doing is guessing.
it's guessing. My best guess? I'd say Kendall Briles would be my best guess.
That's what I'd say.
Yeah. I mean, he was a guy that was confirmed to be in Fayetteville, obviously looking for a job after the Florida State issues down there, Willie Taggart getting fired. You know, he just seems like one that would make a lot of sense. I just wonder what the reaction's going to be, because there's going to be a lot of people, especially from the national media, that see this Kendall Briles, the connection from Baylor way back when. Mm-hmm. So that's going to have to be something that just gets dealt with accordingly if he ends up being the guy. But honestly, I'd be happy with any of those guys. I'd be happy with Rhett Lashley if they ended up hiring. I know he wasn't the name, but we talked about it yesterday that I would be happy and content if any of those names between Kendall Briles, Rhett Lashley, Major Applewhite, or Chip Long were hired.
Which one could put together the best offensive staff?
That's a good question.
Let me ask you one more question while you're pondering that question. Would you have been just as satisfied and just as confident if Barry Lunney Jr. was the offensive coordinator today and had been for a week?
Probably not.
Does any of those guys on that list excite you more than what Barry could have maybe done with this offense given the chance?
Yes, but it has nothing to do with Barry Lunney himself. It just has to do with the change.
Okay.
Because change inspires excitement, or at least a little bit of excitement, a little bit of energy. And that is nothing against Barry Lunney Jr. I would have felt that same way if they would have kept on, any coach or any coordinator in that position. It just wouldn't have been inspiring the same excitement. Not to say that Barry couldn't do just as good of a job, just as far as the name itself, though, and being more confident in it. But if your original question, though, was when you were talking about, what was the question that you originally asked? I already forgot, because I don't get asked questions. I'm usually one that does ask.
Well, we're talking about staff and putting together.
Who puts together the best staff?
Of those, you threw Lashley on to the list that Football Scoop has.
Yeah.
Which one could put together the best offensive assistant coaching staff?
That's a good question, because I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Because generally, now we already know they got an O-line coach and they got a wide receivers coach. So who can hire a running backs coach and I guess a tight ends coach?
Yeah.
Assuming that the OC is going to coach quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Who could bring with him a running back coach? Still wish they'd go look at Tim Horton.
Yeah.
Get him over here for running backs.
They might, for all we know. That would be a Rhett Lashley thing if they hired him. I'm sure that there's that connection coaching together at Auburn that would be there. Honestly, between all of them, I'd have to lean towards Kendall Briles, honestly, just because he's been around a lot longer and had those connections with a lot of great assistant coaches.
That's one thing you have to put in your calculus.
Yeah. Who can bring in?
But again, if your wide receivers coach and your O-line coach is already decided for you, you're down to tight ends, presumably tight ends, and running backs.
Mm-hmm. And it makes me wonder if maybe that's the hang-up. Maybe that's the thing, is some of these OCs may not be fully on board of already having their offensive line coach and their wide receivers coach put into place of guys that they don't really know. Maybe that's some sort of hang-up. I don't know. I don't know either. But, again, I'd be happy with any of those names. I think that Razorback fans would be happy with any of those names. But I went to you, Tommy. I thought that yesterday would have been the day. But maybe today will be the day. And then tomorrow we can talk about who the new offensive coordinator is, because that's really the next big step. The Razorback. In fact, Razorback fans are more excited or more interested in who the next OC is going to be than this early signing period recruiting class. But, again, there's a reason for that.
There's not a lot to get excited about when it comes to the signing class.
Exactly.
So. Hey, this time of the year is hectic. Lots of things to do, places to go, and Southern Tire Mart can help get you there and save you money on America's most trusted tire brands like Michelin and B of Goodrich. Take advantage of Southern Tire Mart's $29.95 oil change, which includes a thorough 27-point vehicle inspection. Southern Tire Mart, exit 14 off I-540 for quality Michelin and B of Goodrich tires, and the best in-class service. You'll find it all at Southern Tire Mart.
877-377-6963 is the number to call or text into the Cherokee Casino hotline. More of the Morning Rush coming up next.
The most honest sports radio show in Arkansas.
The Morning Rush continues next.
Save up to $2,700 or no interest for 5 years on a brand new Hot Springs hot tub during Burton Pools and Spas holiday sale. Every hot tub in stock is on sale with over 60 luxury spas to choose from, starting at $26.95. Just $26.95. That includes delivery, cover, and startup chemicals. Don't miss Burton Pools and Spas holiday sale going on now. Once it's over, it's over. Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith, your source for backyard fun.
The Morning Rush is brought to you by Supercuts, who supports local teams. Supercuts, we're super into the movement.
December is trading time at Rath Auto Resources. Hi folks, Larry Rath here with our last big promotion of the year. Trading time. With tax season just around the corner, we need your trade. So we're giving up to $3,300 above Kelley Blue Book value when you trade your old ride for a nicer, newer car from our Rath Road Ready inventory. We'll even buy your car. That extra money can go a long way toward helping you get more car or reducing your monthly payment. Plus, if you're one of those waiting on a tax refund, your wait is over. Ask one of our friendly non-commissioned solution specialists how our TaxMax program can get you access to your money now. If you're keeping the car you have, let us get it ready for the new year with buy 3, get 1 free on all tires or a basic oil change for only $24.95 in our Meineke Car Care Center. Start driving better today with Arkansas's #1 rated and reviewed used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources, and the Meineke Car Care Center. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online, rathauto.com.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Kohler & Green Insurance in Fort Smith. Just call 484-9888. And Kohler & Green Insurance in Van Buren. Call 474-9888. And online, kohlergreen.com.
Let's celebrate this holiday season at the Golf Nut with new lower prices on all these products. P&G 410 products, including the 410 driver, our #1 selling driver, only $399.99. TaylorMade M2 drivers, only $249.99. Cobra F9 drivers, only $349.99. Can't make up your mind? Gift certificates are always a great idea, or buy them some time on the Trackman Indoor Facility. The one-stop shop for your favorite golfer this Christmas season is at the Golf Nut. 5121 Towson Avenue, your #1 golf shop since 1994.
Morning, cowboy. Need a little extra something to wake up? Well, for just $3 you can order yourself a hearty Southwest omelet, biscuit, or burrito and lasso the day the cowboy way. With cheesy eggs, bacon, and just enough jalapenos to make you sit up in the saddle. All stacked onto a fresh, made-from-scratch biscuit or warm, soft tortilla. And each for just $3. The Southwest Omelet, Biscuit, and Burrito. Now part of Hardee's 2-3 More menu. Offer valid for a limited time during regular breakfast hours at participating Hardee's. Tax not included. Price and participation may vary.
This time of year is hectic, and we know you have things to do and places to be. Southern Tire Mart can help you get there and save you money on America's most trusted brands like Michelin and B.F. Goodrich. Take advantage of our $29.95 oil change, which includes a 27-point vehicle inspection. Come see us at Southern Tire Mart just off I-540 at exit 14 in Fort Smith today for quality Michelin and B.F. Goodrich tires and the best-in-class service. Get where you need to be with Michelin, B.F. Goodrich, and Southern Tire Mart.
We've invented a new messaging system using the crisp sounds of Bud Light. Crisp Code, Football Edition. This is how you say, game tonight. Bring Bud Light. Fantasy fees are due. That's it for today.
Brewed with no corn syrup. Bud Light, crisp. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Forget what Santa says. Everyone is on the nice list at Road Chevrolet this Christmas. Hi, it's David Neal, and it's employee discounts for all on select new Chevrolet vehicles. We have savings up to $15,000 off on new 2019 Silverado Z71 Crew Cabs, and we have the new 2020 Chevrolet Equinox up to $6,000 off. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Employee discounts for everyone at Road Chevrolet. Exit 2 Alpha 5540 in Van Buren. RHODES Chevy.com. Find new roads.
See dealer for details.
ESPN 95.3.
It's the most wonderful time.
The Morning Rush with John Neighbors and Tommy Crack.
Clark, I think it's best if everyone just goes home before things get worse.
Worse? How could they get any worse? Take a look around you, Ellen.
We're at the threshold of hell!
Call or text the Cherokee Casino hotline at 877-377-6963.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. We're brought to you by World of Wireless.
Lock in your price for 2 years right here at the holidays and save money all during 2020 and 2021 with World of Wireless and Dish. You're paying $100, $20, $30, $40. It's amazing how quickly your TV bill can get out of hand with a cable company, or if you're out of contract with your current provider. Call World of Wireless right now. Get a 2-year price guarantee, 3 TVs in your house, $74.99 a month. Just a few dollars more to add that 4th or 5th TV if you need that. Whole home DVR, HD in every room, movie channels for the first 90 days. They'll throw in a $100 Visa gift card right now. Perfect right here at Christmas. Also, local installation from a local crew that's been doing this for more than 20 years. And they'll get you installed within 48 hours. 877-305-DISH for WOW World of Wireless.
877-377-6963 is the number to call or text into the Cherokee Casino hotline here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday. Going to make it as Christmas-themed as possible when it comes to What's Your Beef. We'll see how that goes. Christmas is supposed to be a happy time, but it can also draw out the frustrations of many, if that's the case. So we'll have some fun with that as the show goes on. Also, Andrew Hutchinson of hogbeat.com is going to be joining us at 8 a.m. to talk a lot about this early signing period and if there needs to be any changes made to it for college football just in general, because Arkansas sure has not benefited much from it. But I brought up a point as we were closing out the past segment, and I kind of said it half jokingly, but honestly it might be more serious, that Razorback fans actually care more about who the offensive coordinator is going to be than this early signing period class at all. And so do we need to just chalk this up, this recruiting class is going to be a wash? Or
it's another lost class. I mean,
no matter what Sam Pittman does?
No, that's not entirely true. But, again, if you're of the belief, and I am, that 70% of the college football athletes, and I think it's more like 90% of the kids you would want, are going to sign today with somebody. There's just not a lot to – you can go get the best ones available between December 20th and in February, whatever the day is in February. But you're in the grocery store after Garrett Lewis has already been on TV for days telling you the snow and ice is coming, and now you're getting there. There's no loaves of bread left. There's only hot dog buns, and you're down to nothing but half gallons of skim milk. I mean that's where you're at. So you're eating hot dog buns and skim milk. That's it. That's all that's on the shelves.
Doesn't sound very appealing.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much what February recruiting's turned into.
Yeah.
Or at least that's the perception. There's just nothing, Now, Sam was on with us earlier this week, and Coach said that 70% of the kids signed. But here's my question. Of the kids you really want, particularly at the SEC level, how many of those signed? Yeah, 30% may still sign scholarships. How many of the 4-star guys out there, forget the 5 stars, just the good 3- and 4-star players, how many of them didn't sign? What percentage of that?
That seems, I don't know the numbers.
Because if you're not just a bona fide top-end, ESPN top 100, all this stuff, schools aren't Alabama isn't holding a spot for you if that's where you want to go, or LSU. They're going to fill their spots up today. And if you're not willing to sign, you want to wait till February, fine. They're going to move on and find another 4-star to take your spot.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that wanted in but couldn't get in. I mean, it's just no way to bank. Hey, this is not going to be the class that turns it around at Arkansas. I mean, if you want to get down to it and be fair, Chad Morris really had one recruiting class here. And they got some kids.
It was a good one.
But, the one thing that does help you, though, that counters this early signing period, transfer portal. You can go get you a graduate transfer, make them immediately available. Kids that just aren't finding playing time, aren't satisfied where they're at, may have to sit a year, but they can come, play. So you got other ways to get players into your program besides just the traditional recruiting route. And they're going to have to hit the JUCOs up. I mean, that's the other thing is just finding some bodies that fit what they need over the next couple of months in the JUCO ranks. So you go back, nobody was recruiting in 2012 when that whole staff got fired. Bielema's first year, it was tough because he came in late. Now you've had 2 of the last 3, counting this one, with Morris's first year, and this one was just lost causes, man.
Well, and another thing that I'll add into, and this is just something that cannot be helped. This is just bad timing. The class that Chad Morris had in his first year, which we know was, as you say, in a wash. And then this year, this upcoming year for Sam Pittman, both coaches in the first year. The other thing that I feel like that really hurt them as well, in addition to the early signing period, is the lack of in-state talent of that upcoming class.
One of the things that really helped Bobby Petrino in his first class, he had Tyler Wilson, and he had Joe Adams. And
Jarius Wright, Greg Childs.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
All in-state kids.
And even Brett Bielema had a few. He had a guy like a Hunter Henry. That was a big-time player, and a few others. But if I'm just looking back at 2018 and the recruiting class that Arkansas had that year in Chad Morris's first season. And Arkansas had 2 4-star players in the state of Arkansas that year. 2. One was Gary Bohannon, who went to Baylor, and the other one was Connor Noland. He's not even on the team anymore playing baseball. That was it. After that, you had Sean Michael Flanagan, went to Oklahoma State as a 3-star. Luke Jones went to Notre Dame. Now he's back at Arkansas, so look at it there. But then it goes Billy Farrell, Ladarius Bishop, and then the list goes on and on. So my point is that not only if you had a great influx of talent in these early in these years in 2018 or in 2020, it would have also been a lot easier for those coaches to come in at those times to be able to help out at least a little bit.
We discussed this when the early signing period for basketball occurred back in November, and there's more 4-star players in basketball in this state than 4-star football players right now.
Not ideal and to have a program.
Do you
in
think
the
that
SEC.
helped Hunter Yurachek in his search for hiring the next head coach? Clearly it didn't. I mean, if you think coaching candidates out there aren't looking at current roster and current prospects and what's in this state and what's on the horizon, well, of course they are. You're naive if you think they're not looking at those things. It's what makes the basketball job right now, at least, very appealing. Why Eric Musselman is crushing it.
Exactly right. And I'm just looking at, the 2020 class for the in-state kids. You have Blaine Toll, who's going to sign. You have Jashad Stewart, who's going to sign. Looks like Cottrell Wallace is going to sign as well. And that's it. I mean, right now, according to, and again, this is just, I get the timing, so it's not going to stay this way. But right now, you have the 14th ranked class in the SEC, dead last. And nationally, you are 123rd. God almighty. 123rd. And again, that's not Sam Pittman's fault. Like, it's just the cards you've been dealt.
Still got to give that guy $10 million.
Yep. But again, if you go back and look at the in-state talent, Tommy, you got 2 4-star kids once again, and one of them is Jacoby Criswell, who's going to North Carolina, and the other one is Chris Morris out of West Memphis, is going to A&M. And that's it. Those are the only 4 stars you have in the entire state of Arkansas in this upcoming class.
Yeah. You lost all the kids from Texas when you got rid of Morris and then Traylor. I mean, your only hope of keeping them was if Jeff Traylor stayed at Arkansas.
Yeah. And
you were going to lose most of them anyway.
But again, it's just another bad deal for Sam Pittman in Arkansas and another crucial recruiting class. And the only hope that you can have is that these 2 recruiting classes, 2 out of the last 3 that have been washes, then maybe you can find some diamonds in the rough. Or you hit that transfer portal and you just start picking them out of there and hoping that they can get you helped immediately.
John, they're in the transfer portal for a reason. Now, you can say, well, Tommy, the last 3 Heisman Trophy winners are transfers. I got you. But there's a reason most of these kids are in the transfer portal, because they couldn't get on the field where they were at. There are a few diamonds in the rough that have to go from one school to the next to find the right place in order to have a chance to win a Heisman. We're not needing Heisman Trophy winners here. We're just needing some solid SEC football players. We'd take a Heisman Trophy winner. But
I think we would.
But that's not, those are exceptions, not the rule in the transfer portal. My point is there is a reason they're in the transfer portal, and it's generally because they couldn't earn the starting job where they're at. They become disgruntled and leave. that fair? Is that a fair take?
Yeah.
And not every kid on the transfer portal gets taken.
Yeah. And I understand that. But that's what you're hoping to at least find, whether it's for depth, whether it's for just maybe somebody in the transfer portal who couldn't get on the field at their school is better than the people that you have been putting on the field at your school at Arkansas. You know, could there be an offensive lineman that couldn't see the field at some other SEC school, and he can at Arkansas?
And unless they're a graduate transfer, they can't help you right away. Because just because you go into the transfer portal doesn't exclude you from sitting for a year to be eligible if you haven't graduated yet.
Yeah. Unless you have some crazy waiver.
Unless you get some waiver, it's very rare that you're going to be able to just get someone off the portal and they come in and help you right away in the 2020 season.
These are the things that you're going up against right now. I mean, these are the things if you're Sam Pittman, you're having to work against. Every other school is ahead of the 8 ball, not only in recruiting, but in a program in general. I mean, this is going to be a project, and no one wants to hear it, and it feels like we've been hearing that's going to be a project for years now. But it can't be fixed overnight. My only hope, and this is just a hope, and that's all it is, my only hope is that, hey, maybe with the right coach at a few of these spots on the current roster, maybe good coaching can make the difference. Maybe this offensive line has some talent, has some SEC caliber guys if they're just coached the right way. That's what I'm hoping for. Because I know it's different sports, but that's been the biggest change of this basketball team with Eric Musselman. A little coaching, a little planning, a little here and there, a little adjustments makes all the difference. Maybe, just maybe, some of these players can be difference makers if they just get the right coaching to do so.
You hope in one hand and do something else in the other.
That's why I was saying it's a hope, and only
see which
a hope.
one fills up faster. All right.
We all know the answer to that.
Hey, are you tired of your noisy neighbors? Looking to upgrade your apartment? If you're looking for a new duplex or townhome to live in, whether it's Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, Hot Springs, Central Arkansas, Trinity Multifamily manages thousands of units in communities near you. If you're looking for a new place to call home, make Trinity Multifamily your first call. 479-452-1817. That's 452-1817. Or search online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
It's a good text message from the 870. It says, early signing period for school in transition feels like self-imposed NCAA sanctions.
It's like the death penalty, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it feels like. It feels like you're being punished, and you're having to deal with it by firing a coach or a coach leaving or whatever.
This is why coaches will always be opposed to moving. This is one of the reasons why coaches would be opposed to moving the early signing period to anywhere else. This is another layer of job security. Because ADs understand, man, if my coach is, if it's marginal, if it's 50-50 call on should he stay or go, this is another reason to keep your coach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is.
It is.
Now, Chad Morris wasn't a 50-50 call. That was an easy. That was an easy gots to go.
Say that one.
But if you go back, if we go back in time, if we could get in the DeLorean and go back to 2017, knowing what you know now, knowing the early signing period, knowing everything, would you have still, knowing you didn't have a real AD, knowing all of these, would you have still ran Bielema out?
No. If you knowing now what you knew, or knowing then what you knew now.
You'd have went through another year of it, got Hunter Yurachek, presuming he still gets the job, get him in here, and then let him go to work.
Yeah. Let him get a year under his legs.
Imagine what position you would be in now. And you would have suffered through the embarrassment of two two-win seasons.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe.
No.
Because Bielema, for all of his shortcomings, wasn't going to go 2-10.
Not, and especially since that was his guys with his roster, assuming they would have kept on the same. I agree with you. But because hindsight's 20/20, man.
Exactly. You fired Bielema with no AD, and then you had we got an early signing period? And a coach that's never been at the Power 5 level? For all the things that Morris did wrong, his recruiting plan was solid. He was getting players, and he was getting them out of Texas where we needed them. But
couldn't do anything with them.
And that
is the ultimate issue. I mean, there's a lot of coaches that can recruit at a high level, but
great way of describing when you go through a coaching transition and the early signing period feels like self-imposed sanctions. And I think that when they have these meetings and schools vote and decide on whether or not you want to change the early signing period, this is another layer of job security for coaches. Mr. AD, if you fire me now, you're going to lose a recruiting class. That's a big bullet to bite if you're the AD.
And I know we're going to talk about it, though, Tommy, but again, it just doesn't make sense to me how an early signing period of, 2 months is really making the difference?
Again, if it was about the 460 student athletes.
Yeah.
Or in this case, the 85 scholarship athletes.
Which it's not.
You would put it in August. The whole sport would come together and say, let's do what's best for the high school senior. Because an early signing period for them would be in August, prior to the start of their season. Not during their season, and certainly not weeks after their season's closed.
Yeah, it would make sense. But unfortunately, sometimes things don't make sense in college football. They don't benefit the right people, but, man, it would be nice if Arkansas did not have to deal with this early signing period over the past few years.
Is your home in Arkansas at least 10 years old and served by OG&E? If that's who serves your electric service, listen up. They got a free weatherization program to increase your comfort and to lower your bills. They got a trained crew that will do an energy audit. They'll come back if your home qualifies with attic insulation, LED light bulbs, weather stripping, advanced power strips, carbon monoxide detectors, smoke alarms, and a whole lot more. And it won't cost you a thing. It's absolutely free to qualifying homes. Call OG&E today and find out if your home qualifies. 1-800-272-9741. That's 800-272-9741 for OG&E's free home weatherization program.
What's your beef in the second hour of the Morning Rush? Coming up next. Stay with us.
Hi, this is Jan. Thanks for calling Toyota.
Hi, Jan. I heard Toyotathon is on.
It sure is. We've got great year-end deals on Camry, RAV4, Tundra, Highlander, and more. Do you hear that?
That would be my mom. I'm home for the holidays, and apparently she's still eavesdropping on my calls like she used to.
What was that again about year-end deals?
Mom.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Okay. And did I mention every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan? It's happening again.
Dad, hang up the phone.
Toyotathon is on now. Come in today. Bring your mom.
During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 72 months or a total bonus of $3,500 on a new 2020 Toyota Tundra Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places. Visit buyatoyota.com for details. Offers available in select states and N1620. Toyota Care covers normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. See participating dealer for coverage details.
Hey there, this is Travis Tollett at Williams Tractor. The end of 2019 means the beginning of great savings at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville. During the Case IH year-end sales event, you'll find new Farm All, Maxim, and Puma Series tractors, along with our complete line of hay tools at a special rate. Final days of the year, final chance to save. For more information on these great deals from Case, visit Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, call us at 479-442-8284, or go to williamstractor.com today.
Are you in the market for a new pool or spa? Seaside Pools and Spas has been constructing quality pools in the four-state area since 1967. It's your one-stop shop for chemicals, equipment, spas, and in-ground pools. With a service department like no other, Seaside Pools and Spas can help you with any repair, maintenance, or renovation needs necessary. Visit Seaside Pools and Spas today in Springdale and Bentonville or online at seasidepools.com.
Full-time farmers, hobby farmers, and landowners, your time is important. Make the most out of that time with a brand new Branson tractor from Bush Machine and Tractor in Fort Smith. With tractors from 19 to 105 horsepower, we have a tractor that will fit your needs. Ask Bush Machine and Tractor about their special financing options and free loader rebates. Bush Machine and Tractor in Fort Smith is Arkansas's #1 Branson dealer. Check their inventory at bushtractor.com.
December is trading time at Rath Auto Resources. Hi folks, Larry Rath here with our last big promotion of the year, Trading Time. With tax season just around the corner, we need your trade. So we're giving up to $3,300 above Kelley Blue Book value when you trade your old ride for a nicer, newer car from our Rath Road Ready inventory. We'll even buy your car. That extra money can go a long way toward helping you get more car or reducing your monthly payment. Plus, if you're one of those waiting on a tax refund, your wait is over. Ask one of our friendly, non-commissioned solution specialists how our TaxMax program can get you access to your money now. If you're keeping the car you have, let us get it ready for the new year with buy 3, get 1 free on all tires or a basic oil change for only $24.95 in our Meineke Car Care Center. Start driving better today with Arkansas's #1 rated and reviewed used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources, and the Meineke Car Care Center. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online, rathauto.com.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance.
Thank you, River Valley, for the 4th consecutive year. You voted Crabtree and Alma the best place to buy an RV. To show our appreciation, we are beginning our Christmas Cash Day sale early. From now through New Year's Eve, you can choose sales tax paid or $1,000 in Christmas cash on the purchase of any RV from Crabtree. And we'll still give you the most for your trade. The best deals of the year are happening now at Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
The second location for Whole Hog Cafe in Fort Smith is now open. Located on the east side of town on Phoenix Avenue, next to Dollar General and across from Interstate Batteries. Serving that award-winning Memphis-style barbecue and all your favorite sides 7 days a week from 11 till 8. Pickup orders for Whole Hog Cafe Phoenix Avenue can be placed at 646-2495 or at wholehogfortsmith.com. Whole Hog Cafe second location on Phoenix Avenue is now open.
Wave Rural Connect is bringing state-of-the-art fiber, internet, TV, and phone services right into your home. Get amazing fast fiber internet, 100 megabits for only $49.95 per month, or 1 gigabit for only $79.95 per month. TV packages from the basics to our amazing Altered TV, starting at $32.95. Fiber phone services start at $29.95. Go to waveruralconnect.com to find out if we are installing in your area, or call 1-833-4-WAVE-RC. Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
The countdown to Christmas sale is underway at Jelco Outdoors in Fort Smith. Here are a few of the great items to please that special someone on your list. Mission Youth Compound Bows, $50 off. Dry Shot TBD Camel Rubber Boots, $99.99. Free Country Campfire Fleece Jacket, $49.99. Marshmallow Toy Double Shooters, 50% off. Hurry into Jelco Outdoors. Open 7 days a week now through Christmas Eve. Shop local. And Merry Christmas from Jelco Outdoors in Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Whole lot of sunshine with us today. Our high temperatures this afternoon, mid-40s north, low 50s south. Mainly clear to partly cloudy tonight, and overnight low in the middle to upper 20s. And Thursday, lots of sunshine. Our high in the low to mid-50s. We're right back in the 50s on Friday. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Weather is brought to you by OG&E Weatherization Program for Arkansas customers with homes at least 10 years old. Call 1-800-272-9741 for details or log on at OGE.com.
You're listening to The Morning Rush live from the Bush and Bushlight Studios on ESPN 95.3 KERX Paris, Fort Smith. This hour of The Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly. Broadcasting live from the Toyota Studios, this is The Morning Rush.
The greatest thing that happened to me in my coaching career is going to Georgia and understanding recruiting in the SEC. And I know you can say I was here at Arkansas, but I know this, that recruiting is going to have a high emphasis in this program, and it's the only way you can change what you have. And again, I'm proud of what we have. We just need to add to the roster.
With John Neighbors.
Every time you put a mic in my face, I'm going to say Arkansas.
And Tommy Kraft.
I'm not known as a guy who gets hand cramps when I'm writing checks.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good morning.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
The Morning Rush starts right now.
1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Appreciate everybody listening in on this beautiful day here in the great state of Arkansas. John Neighbors, Tommy Kraft, Maddie T in studio with you today. And thank you as always for making us a part of your morning this morning, where we are brought to you by Crabtree RV.
I was over by Crabtree yesterday. Saw Lee J and the gang. They got the indoor showroom on a day like today when the temperatures are, starting out in the 20s. Going to be in the 30s. If you're worried about shopping, don't worry about it at Crabtree. They got the indoor showroom, 26,000 square feet. It was loaded up with inventory, so you can shop in comfort, air-conditioned and heated comfort year-round. And they got a great log cabin feel. They've really done a great job with the remodel over the last year or so inside. It is a great-looking store. You'll really enjoy what you find at Crabtree RV in Alma. Also right now, they got the Christmas Cash Day sale. Sales tax paid are $1,000 in Christmas cash on the purchase of any RV at Crabtree RV. Crabtree RV in Alma, it's where your family's dreams come true.
A few people texting into our Cherokee Casino hotline, and also I'm glad that we're having the ambiance here of Christmas time because Matty T has his phone up, and he's got a fireplace rolling on his phone.
So peaceful and it's nice and warm.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, because we don't have a big TV to put it on. I mean, we do have a big TV, but it's used for work purposes, not for putting up fireplaces.
Not for just fireplaces.
Yeah, not for fireplaces.
Got a picture of John Neighbors on it.
Yeah, well, it's got to go.
Whoever the hell he is.
Yeah, exactly right. But, that's the thing is they have it like on Netflix and all these different things.
This is the Disney Plus the version. Their version of the 3-hour fireplace.
I'm telling you, if we ever got to a point where they came in, the big bosses came in and said, just build a new studio somewhere, it would have a fireplace in it. If I had,
really? You would want one?
A fireplace?
Yeah.
Well,
no, I love a fireplace too, but in a radio studio?
Hey, we actually
okay.
I hate to
How
break
cool
it to
would
you.
it be to have hey, hang on here. I'm going to go back here and stoke the fire. Yeah.
I mean, it would be
there is a fireplace in this building. We have a refrigerator in front of it.
That is true.
Technically, there is a fireplace.
We did have one, but if you ever got to, interesting.
You wouldn't want a fireplace in your
studio?
studio?
It's not that I don't want a fireplace. I just never thought about a fireplace in the studio.
How cozy would that be?
It would be. But it's one of those things, like having a convertible, though. It's only cool during certain times of the year.
Not when it's like pouring rain,
Yeah, but
I don't know. I've got my outdoor fireplace, and you guys have seen. I'll burn fires out there in July just for the ambiance of having a fire.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, fires are cool outside, during the month of July. But
burn one inside tonight.
Yeah, we'd have to get a humidifier. Static electricity is a pain when you have a fireplace.
That's true.
Would you want the gas one, or you want old school?
Gas logs are for sissies.
Well, I'm just making sure. I'm making sure we're
someone with a truck to bring me a cord of wood. Yeah, we'll haul it in here.
Mm-hmm. We'll have it.
I'll bring in the wood. You haul out the ashes. We'll do it that way.
Sounds like a deal. Give me a bucket and a shovel, and I'll just put it in there. And
most of the time, I need a bucket and a shovel around you. So.
Okay, for different reasons. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that if we ever get a new studio, then that will be. Alabama's got their little waterfall in their practice facility. We'll have a fireplace.
We need a fireplace.
Yeah, I mean we're going to make that happen. Mm-hmm. So all right, that'll work.
This is cozier though, isn't it?
It is, with your phone and you got the fireplace.
It's almost like the real thing.
It's the closest we can get to this point, at least. So we'll make it work. But it's a What's Your Beef Wednesday, folks. Again, we're going to be doing that here in about 15 minutes, giving our beefs. Going to make it Christmas themed, or at least as much as possible. So if you have anything or anybody that you're beefing with, any family members that you just want to absolutely rip on the air, we can allow you to do that. That's what this show is going to be all about. So a few people are calling, texting into the Cherokee Casino hotline. Let's go to the Cherokee Casino hotline. JR's in Marshall. What's going on, JR?
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Pretty good, man. How about you?
Doing good. You know what? I don't think there's any way that you'll be able to convince me between Brett Bielema and Chad Morris that those guys wanted to be at Arkansas. They wanted to be, they wanted to build the program up, because there's no way you're going to be able to convince me that you can have players on that team that give out the effort that they needed to win football games. Brett Bielema, if you think about it, that last season, he's two touchdowns away from going 2-10. If you remember Coastal Carolina and Ole Miss, is that correct?
That's right.
So, I mean, you know what? If you hear all the pundits, all the people that talk about it, the biggest thing that was lacking on these football teams was the lack of effort, and that all comes down to the coaching. And if you don't have a player or a coach that's believing that he wants to be at Arkansas, wants to build that program up, it doesn't resonate with the players on the field. It just doesn't. There's no way to get that effort out of those players if the coach doesn't want to be here. That's the biggest train wreck in all this, is that neither one of those coaches want to be at Arkansas. Yeah. They didn't get 100% effort out of those players. There's no way that you're going to be able to convince me that there's more talent on San Jose State and Western Kentucky than is what on that team right now. There's no way.
No.
You know, and it all comes down to coaching. So,
yeah.
Anyway, just throw it out there for you guys.
Yeah, well, and appreciate the phone call, JR, and I couldn't agree more. I mean, listen, things have been bad. We know they've been bad. We know there's been a lot of reasons for why they've been bad. But there's been no question that the past two coaches especially, they had reasons why they did not do the job. And Brett Bielema's biggest thing, of course, you know, there's always the rumors of the stuff that he had off the field issues, but there was obviously a time where he just stopped trying, stopped putting in the effort, start hiring good coaches, just stopped. And then Chad Morris, as you mentioned, you know, no one ever got the vibe he actually wanted to be at Arkansas. It always felt like there was a 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And whether that's right or wrong, that's what it felt like.
What makes you think that? I mean, just because he's going to Texas once a week and,
and his
family never moved here, what makes you think he wasn't both feet in the circle?
Yeah, just a few things that popped up. So
the fact that his wife never stepped foot in Arkansas.
And I still don't know what she even looks like. I mean, those are the reasons why. And again, you know, it's one thing if
you think that's a sign of lack of commitment,
ever so slightly a lack of a sign of it. But that's my whole thing is that. Say what you want about Pittman, and we don't know how good he's going to be. We don't know what job he's going to be. But there is no question. This is what he wants. This is where he wants to be.
You know, we talked about this when it was coming out. He was likely going to be hired. At first we didn't think he was a legitimate candidate because we were hearing Lane Kiffin and, all these other names. And then when it got down to it, and hey, it looks like it is going to be Sam Pittman, a legitimate candidate. One of the things we spoke of, that he has owned a lot on Lake Hamilton for like a year, maybe a little longer.
Yeah.
I mean, he recently purchased, and that is the place until this happened he'd planned to retire. Now, maybe he still retires there, on Lake Hamilton. But he's owned property because he wanted to come back, and this was where he was going to retire, was in Arkansas, in Hot Springs. And, so Arkansas wasn't some place that, he once coached. It was the place he wanted to coach. I just still find it interesting how until 2013, Arkansas and Sam Pittman never crossed paths in his coaching tenure, his coaching resume. You hate the fact, and maybe sometime we can get more. Why did you leave? I mean, why'd you leave after the 2015 season?
Mm-hmm.
But he said he said on our show, the best thing that ever happened to him was going to Georgia.
Mm-hmm. And learning a lot from Kirby Smart. I mean, those were the big factors. But, hey, he wants to be here, and I will say this, that if he has big-time success, I don't think he leaves either.
Hey, the end of 2019 means the beginning of great savings at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville. The Case IH year-end sales event's on right now. Farmall, Maxim, and Puma Series tractors are all on sale with a complete line of hay tools, all at special rates right now as well. The final days of the year are your final chance to save. For more information, get by Williams Tractor in Fayetteville or call them at 479-442-8284. That's 442-8284. Or get all the deals online at williamstractor.com.
877-377-6963 is the number to call or text into the Cherokee Casino hotline. What's Your Beef Wednesday? Coming up next on The Morning Rush.
Honest Razorback talk that never yields. This is The Morning Rush.
Hi, I'm Jack with Arvest Bank. My goal today, play an epic drum solo. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Sorry about that. Maybe I should have let an expert help me accomplish my goal. And for your financial goals, Arvest is the expert. We can help you rock out buying a new home in no time. Get pre-qualified in person or on your phone. When it comes to your finances, trust the experts. Trust Arvest, equal housing lender. Watch me attempt more goals at arvest.com/experts.
Hey there, this is Travis Tollett at Williams Tractor. The end of 2019 means the beginning of great savings at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville. During the Case IH year-end sales event, you'll find new Farmall, Maxim, and Puma Series tractors, along with our complete line of hay tools at a special rate. Final days of the year, final chance to save. For more information on these great deals from Case, visit Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, call us at 479-442-8284, or go to williamstractor.com today.
The Morning Rush is brought to you by Supercuts, who supports local teams. Supercuts, we're super into the movement.
Reaching a summit can sometimes be the easiest part of the journey.
I realized that I had stopped doing some of the things I really enjoyed because of my knee pain.
A double knee replacement presents its share of challenges, but with the right care, amazing things can happen. And with the orthopedic team at Baptist Health, you can take your health to all new heights.
It was a great sense of accomplishment from me.
Keep on reaching, keep on conquering, keep on amazing. To schedule an appointment with a physician, call 1-888-BAPTIST.
In the moment, who has your back? Do you know the name of your insurance agent? Does your agent know your name? Or would you call a 1-800 number that connects you with who? Another state? Another country? Get a local independent insurance agent with Auto Owners Insurance. Someone you can call when bad stuff happens. In the moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. Kohler & Green Insurance in Fort Smith. Just call 484-9888. And Kohler & Green Insurance in Van Buren. Call 474-9888 and online kohlergreen.com.
Did someone say, I'm hungry? Visit 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge on the Avenue. Try the new panini sandwiches like the Chicken Pyro or the Cubana or the signature 906 wings. Jumbo wings roasted with honey bacon jam. Want some spice? Try the black and blue wings. Experience their salads, flatbreads, coffees and desserts, top shelf wines and liquors, premium beers, world-class cigars, all in an atmosphere that feels less like a lounge and more like a destination. Sample, indulge, escape. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Treat your appetite on the Avenue.
Protection with possibilities. Have past losses made you cautious about taking on risk with your investments? Are you concerned that your savings are not generating the returns you need? If you are interested in protecting your money and capturing potential investment growth, contact Brad Lewis at United Financial Advisors at 242-7466 or ufadvisors.net to see whether market-linked CDs may be the right solution for you.
Securities and advisory service offered through Royal Alliance Associates, member FINRA, SIPC. United Financial Advisors is a marketing destination.
Tire. Yes, tires.
Jodys, tire.
No, it's jodysauto.com.
I thought you said they sold tires.
Yes, Jody sells tires. The best brands at the best prices.
Doesn't say tire in their name.
Doesn't say they do brakes and alignments and oil changes either.
So, jodysauto.com sells tires.
Price match guarantee.
So let's see what they have.
Okay, go to jodysauto.com and click on Shop for Tires and get a quote. You can even get financing.
Free flat repair?
And free road hazard.
Wow.
Best tire brands and prices, sure, but these folks know tires. And JodysAuto.com has a lot more to offer. 3 locations and one-stop service. Total convenience. One stop for oil changes, repairs, maintenance, tires, towing, and fleets. Voted best of the best because they take care of their customers. Since 1984, convenience and trust, JodysAuto.com.
December is trading time at Rath Auto Resources. Hi, folks. Larry Rath here with our last big promotion of the year. Trading time. With tax season just around the corner, we need your trade. So we're giving up to $3,300 above Kelley Blue Book value when you trade your old ride for a nicer, newer car from our Rath Road Ready inventory. We'll even buy your car. That extra money can go a long way toward helping you get more car or reducing your monthly payment. Plus, if you're one of those waiting on a tax refund, your wait is over. Ask one of our friendly, non-commissioned solution specialists how our TaxMax program can get you access to your money now. If you're keeping the car you have, let us get it ready for the new year with buy 3, get 1 free on all tires or a basic oil change for only $24.95 in our Meineke Car Care Center. Start driving better today with Arkansas's #1 rated and reviewed used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources, and the Meineke Car Care Center. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online, rathauto.com.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance.
ESPN 95.3.
But baby, it's cold outside. But baby, it's cold outside.
The Morning Rush with John Neighbors and Tommy Kraft.
Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
Video streaming live on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. We are brought to you by CBD American Shaman.
If you need help with pain management, stress, maintaining your focus, or many other issues, you need CBD American Shaman products. Their CBD oil is derived from all-natural, high-quality industrial hemp. It's 100% organic, gluten-free, and non-GMO hemp. Has no heavy metals. This stuff is 9 times more bioavailable, making their products faster and more efficiently absorbed by the body. Find out more about CBD American Shaman products, locations in Fort Smith, Fayetteville, and in Rogers, or find out more online at cbdamericanshaman.com.
We're going to get into What's Your Beef Wednesday here in just a second, but first, we got to go to the Cherokee Casino hotline. Lisa's in Northeast Arkansas. What's going on, Miss Lisa?
Well, I'm getting ready to go into Jonesboro to watch Rashad Stewart sign with the Razorbacks at 1 o'clock.
Nice.
Yes, I'm going to be there. He reached out and asked if anybody could come. He would appreciate it. So I'm going to be one of them that's going to be there, and I'll send y'all some pictures. But Randy, I want to add this to this, and I don't think he would care. Randy Coleman, who is the coach at Jonesboro, football coach at Jonesboro High School, was elated when Sam Pittman was hired. He's a big Hog fan, Randy is. And he said of everybody, now this was his opinion, and I think it's mine too. He said of his opinion, everybody that Arkansas supposedly was looking at, he was the best candidate. And I agree with you, John. I think he's going to be at Arkansas along. I sound like I'm drunk, but I'm not yet. But anyway, I think he's going to be at Arkansas a long time. I think we're looking at a guy that one of these days will be sitting in the line with Ken Hatfield and some of those signing autographs. What you think?
No, I do too. And I feel like if he does a great job, which he very well may, there's going to be a lot of places, of course, coming and offering him a job, and his name's going to get thrown around a lot. And I don't think he's going to do it. He just seems like the type of coach that this is what he's always wanted, and if he can be successful here and build it into something, he'll stick with it, and he'll stay here at Arkansas. And, you know, I get a little frustrated with some people when they always think like this is a stepping stone job no matter the sport.
Me too.
Because I'm telling you, Miss Lisa, there has not been many coaches in the history of Arkansas sports, and I'm not talking about just football, in sports, that have moved on to a, quote, better job from Arkansas. They've either stayed, they've gotten fired, there's a mutual departing, whatever it is. The only coach you could really make that claim for, possibly, would be when Eddie Sutton left for Kentucky, said he would crawl to Lexington. Mm-hmm. At the time, yeah. Kentucky was for sure a better job than Arkansas, but still, that's one of very many different examples that are not the case. And so I don't ever understand why people think it's just for sure a stepping stone job when in history has proven that it's not necessarily the case.
Well, it's not, and I'm sure I'm sure that if Eddie Sutton had that statement to take back, he would take it back.
Oh, yeah.
Because he, you know, that was a mistake on Eddie's part. But anyway, we've all made them, so there you go. But no, I don't think Arkansas is a stepping stone job, and you've got the whole state behind you, basically. You've got, you know, just, my goodness. I know other schools have good facilities, but we're right up there at the top with them. And don't tell me we're not. Now I'm getting mad. Don't tell me we're not, because I've been to all of them. I know. With the exception of 2, I've been to all of them. And when I get there, I'm a little always disappointed. I'm thinking, you know, I thought this was supposed to be the Holy Grail, and it's not. So, but I wanted y'all to know, and I'm sure Randy Coleman would love for y'all to call him and get him on after this signing, maybe in the next few days. Yes, I'm trying to tell you how to run your show, if that's what you're thinking. And, okay. I appreciate y'all so much for letting me rattle. But anyway, I'm getting ready to go. I'm excited. And I'm excited for this kid because they interviewed him here right after Sam Pittman was hired. And he was giggly, but he was about to cry. He was so excited that Sam Pittman was hired. And that made me feel good because this kid, you know, Sam Pittman landed in Jonesboro, and that was the first kid he went to. And I can't wait to just hug him up today. I'm not going to let him go for about 5 minutes. And that's the truth.
Well,
that's the way I do them.
Do it
ask Scotty Thurman.
Do it after he signed, all right?
Well,
I don't want you to hurt anything, then he can't sign, you know.
Hey, listen, when you're 61, if you can hug them before they sign or after, you do what you got to do. Talk to y'all later. See you Christmas Day, Tommy.
All right, come on.
Okay, I'll be there.
All right. Thank you, Miss Lisa. It's hard to know whether or not she's ever kidding.
I know.
But, yeah, when she's
the doorbell rings.
Here's the thing: when she's talking about hugging recruits,
she means it.
And I don't think it's one of these side hugs either. You're talking about bear hugs.
Yep.
So yeah, just go easy on them, Miss Lisa. But always appreciate
Don't hurt
you
anything.
calling in. That's right. All right, let's go ahead and jump into what's your beef Wednesday?
What is wrong with you? I want to complain. I'm complaining. I want to complain about complaining.
I want to complain.
It really pisses me off today to simply listen to people whine and complain.
I'm angry. I'm spitting angry. I'm like a tornado of anger, swirling about. My heart rate is dangerously high right now.
I'm complaining because not enough people tickle, hug, or smile.
I'm so mad I could eat ball bearings and crap BBs.
It's time for What's Your Beef Wednesday.
All right, it is What's Your Beef Wednesday, brought to you by Joe's Grill and Cantina.
Well, we don't have a Hog game on TV this week.
Unfortunate.
So we don't have a half-price apps and taps, but Wednesdays after 5...
half-price apps and taps.
Half-price apps and taps at Joe's. So if you've been wanting some of their great cheese dip or brisket nachos or Mexican pizza or the big sampler platter that's designed for the table, no one gave John Neighbors the memo. He just gets the sampler platter and goes to town on it.
Yeah. That or the brisket nachos.
I'm going to tell you, though,
big fan of those.
One thing that we don't talk about that makes Joe's just really sets them apart, the chips and salsa.
Oh, it's amazing.
I mean, it's just taken for granted.
Mm-hmm.
Just taken for granted.
Yeah.
The chips are thin and crispy. The salsa's really good. So you can start with that. And all the beers on tap are half price. So half price apps and taps tonight after 5 o'clock at Joe's Grill and Cantina. 3400 South 74th Street across from Harps.
Yeah, we know our own Matty T over here enjoyed some Joe's last night.
I actually did. I went for Taco Tuesday, and I think, am I tied with you right now, or did I beat your
No,
record?
you tied me.
Okay,
I was impressed.
I don't know if I should be proud or embarrassed that to say I had 8 tacos last night.
Listen.
But the chips are so good, and when they come out, they are fresh and hot. They make them up right there for you. So I also took some chips and salsa home with me.
Hey, no shame in that. No shame in
Love
that.
Joe's.
But yeah, I don't know. 8 tacos just is where I hit. I'm like, maybe I should slow down a little bit. But yeah, it's always great at Joe's. All right. What's your beef Wednesday? My beef today, since again, we're trying to make it Christmas themed for the most part, since we're not going to be able to do a What's Your Beef Wednesday next Wednesday. But here's my deal, and I'm going to call out, not just here in the state of Arkansas, but just in general, local news stations, television stations, if you will. I don't tell you how to do your job. I think you all do a fine job. I think that all of you are trying to deliver the news on a local level, and there's a lot of merit and value in all of that. So I'm not trying.
Boy, isn't that warm and fuzzy?
I know
what you just said.
Yeah, the compliment that I just gave them, they just put that on a plaque.
But
exactly, there's got to be a big but. However,
we've got big butts here.
The stories that you all do every year about around Christmas time, about this huge, groundbreaking story, breaking news, if you will, that the malls are really crowded, makes no sense to me. We know that they're crowded because it's Christmas time. We know that people are shopping around Christmas time, but yet every year, you have to do a story and make it into this big production where you send out reporters and they're asking people and questions and lines. Like, well, what are you doing out here? Well, I'm shopping. Why? Because I'm an idiot. Like, oh, okay. So next person, let's talk to you. All right. Like, I just don't understand why this has to be a story every year.
It's the breaking news. It's the leading news to start the newscast.
Yes, and I'm like, why? What we know?
It should be news if people weren't in the malls shopping, right?
Thank you. That would be the biggest story.
For the first year ever, people aren't shopping at Christmas.
Yeah, people are not at the mall. Like, that would be a bigger story. But on top of that, too, the other thing that bothers me, and I don't see this as much in Arkansas local news, but I'm sure somebody does it, is when they do the top 10 or the top 5, whatever, most dangerous toys for Christmas. Because it's like, I'll never forget it. This is about 5 years ago. They did a spot where they were talking about a Barney sleeping bag. You know, the big purple dinosaur Barney. And they're like, this is an extremely dangerous toy. Watch what happens when I put a blowtorch to it. And I'm like,
what happens when you
wow.
set it on fire?
Yeah, I was like, wow, who would have guessed that something would be set on fire because kids play with blowtorches all the time.
Yeah.
So they're going to set on fire. And it's like, you watch out for these little micro machine cars because these are choking hazards. And I'm like, what kid is eating cars?
Yeah.
And especially at the age when they're like 5 and up.
That's a choking hazard for an adult.
Yes, exactly. It could be a choking hazard for anything. Man, maybe a stupid kid's trying to put them in their mouth and try to eat them.
Shows you how long that's been a thing on the news. Remember, in the 70s, there's a Dan Aykroyd Saturday Night Live bit where the whole thing is it's like bag of glass. You know what I mean? The dangerous stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But the reason they did that skit is because people still do it today and about these dangerous toys. So I just don't understand why these are stories. I don't understand why you feel like there has to be some sort of like dangerous toys that parents need to be aware of. Like, and the thing is I don't even think kids use toys that much anyways. It's all on iPads and whatnot, more or less. But anyways, I just, that's my beef today. I get tired of it. I don't understand why every year we have to deal with it as a story, but it is what it is.
Be careful, you'll shoot your eye out.
Yeah, with the BB gun. So, yeah, go back to those stories. Those are better stories. So that's my beef for today.
Why do people that operate restaurants, and particularly those at a drive-through window or a waitress, think that when you want a Coke Zero, and they tell you, oh, but we have Diet Coke.
Well,
it's the same thing, right?
As though that is an acceptable substitute. That is my beef today. First world problem, but however, I don't know why restaurants can't figure this out. This is what the public wants. You like it, I like it, my wife likes it, Maddie T. The world has gotten on board with Coke Zero. There are far too many restaurants out there that have not gotten the message yet. They think, well, we don't have another place on the soda fountain here for that. Well, take something off that nobody drinks, like Diet Coke.
Yes. I don't know why we are even discussing still having Diet Coke.
Nothing irritates me more. It's not the fact that you don't have it. It's the fact that you look at me and say, oh, but we have Diet Coke, as though, with a smile on your face, as though that is an acceptable substitute.
Is that as bad as saying, oh, well, we have Pepsi?
Just give me a water.
Yeah.
And you just missed out on the $2.49 I would have spent. That would have been, by the way, all profit for you. Because you didn't have Coke Zero. Just give me a water.
Is it the same, though? Is it worse when they say, is Pepsi okay?
I can't drink Diet Coke anymore, but Pepsi? Give me 2 waters.
Give me water with some nails in it before I start drinking that. No, I'm
y'all
the same
feel
way.
I know, because I know y'all are fans of the Coke Zero, too.
Yeah. Coke Zeros.
And then you go into a restaurant, I'd like a Coke Zero. Oh, Diet Coke? Oh. No. It's not the same thing.
Go kick rocks.
Yeah.
I like that Coke's marketing campaign really worked out. We're still calling it Coke Zero when 2 years ago it changed to Coke Zero Sugar. And it didn't work.
Coke Zero is just an easier thing to say.
And then don't try to be one of these sly guys over here that just tells me okay on the Coke Zero and then puts Diet Coke in there.
Ooh, yeah, don't do that.
Know the difference.
There's no fooling Tommy.
Yeah, you'll know. Well, and here's the other thing, too. And I know we've talked about this since we're on Coke Zero. I don't understand how McDonald's, the #1 fast food restaurant in the entire world, has Coke products.
Yeah.
But not Coke Zero.
I didn't know that.
Wendy's does. Hardee's does.
I'm pretty sure even Burger King may, but I have to double check. I don't get it.
I will not go to some of these places because they don't have it.
Yeah.
That's how sad of an existence I live.
Yeah.
We have Coke freestyle machines now everywhere. Like Wendy's has a freestyle. You got everything. Is it that?
Right.
And you can't have Coke Zero?
Yeah, you're McDonald's for crying out loud. You're the
Wendy's
#1
and
company.
Hardee's does it.
You have Coke products. You can't have Coke Zero. Just doesn't make sense.
One reason I don't go to, there are certain convenience stores and certain fast food restaurants and certain restaurants I won't go to because they don't have it.
Yeah.
Because that's what I want.
Yep. And if you have it, that's like, I know that I'm going to get a nice, crisp, cold Coke Zero when I go to this place. I'm with you, Tommy.
Yeah.
I'm glad we are a Coke Zero show.
Yep.
Here on the Morning Rush, we are all about Coke Zero. So, all right, Maddie T, what do you got?
Well, this is something every year, without fail, it'll happen when you're at your family Christmas party. I noticed it in the past weekend when I was at one of these company parties for a friend of mine.
Mhm.
It's people that insist on talking about politics at holiday events, and I don't care which side you're on.
It
with
never
anything,
ends well, does
but
it?
It's like really, you know what I mean? And I know in your head it all makes sense to you, and everybody should agree with everything, your opinion, but it's not the time.
As long as you agree with me, you're not an idiot.
Exactly, and that's what it is. So half your family is going to be standing there uncomfortable while you go on and on about basically having a Facebook argument in the middle of the kitchen on Christmas. So that's my biggest beef and my advice. No matter what your opinion is, you feel strongly about it, you haven't seen your family all year, this is not the way
Keep
to
it to
welcome
yourself.
to welcome yourself back into the family, about talking about politics
every year
on Jesus' birthday.
And that's like, it's like, that's the thing. It's like, I don't understand
That's
it.
always the ultimate trump card on Christmas. You're going to, I've heard my wife do this when the kids misbehave. You're going to misbehave like this on Jesus' birthday? I mean, that's like the ultimate trump card.
Yep.
There's no coming back. There is no reply that you can.
There's no rebuttal.
That say, well, yeah, but my behavior is justified.
Nope.
On Jesus' birthday, you're going to act like this?
Got nothing.
You got no. I mean, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Over.
Yep. Wow.
But I've already thought about it's like I know next week there's gonna I already know who it's
Matty
gonna be.
T laying down that card.
Oh yeah.
You're going to talk politics on Jesus' birthday at the dinner table?
Mm-hmm.
And you just hear me just making these passive aggressive noise like oh here we go.
Yeah.
How's that pecan pie looking over there? Somebody give me a knife.
That's why you just make sure that everyone in your family is on the same political side.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
They
that's
all share my opinion.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Luckily, I will say this on that. I'm
Hey.
blessed with my family.
Yeah.
We're all on the same side, so we never have to bring it up.
Just surround yourself with people that agree with you.
Exactly. That's the best way to live life,
Yeah.
right? By the way, a few people are texting in. JP and Alma says, my beef is people saying happy holidays. It's Christmas. Say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
If you're offended, get over it. So that's what, that's what he feels like. Jackson Harrison says, if you're going to go to Mickey D's, talking about McDonald's, might as well just have a regular Coke anyways. You already lost your calorie count.
Yeah, it's like I'll have a Big Mac, a large fry, and a Diet Coke,
Yeah, and a
please.
gallon of Diet
Give me
Coke.
the double quarter pounder, upsize the fries, and a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Watching what I eat.
Robert in Cedarville says, if I ask for a Sprite, don't slide me a Sierra Mist front
Yep,
lunchtime. They
same
don't
thing.
make Sierra Mist anymore, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Do they? Okay, I thought they replaced it with something else. Devin in Plainview says, do you really think McDonald's is concerned enough about your health to have Coke Zero?
Well, they have Diet Coke.
They better be concerned about my money.
If
I'm
you
trying
like
to give
Diet
them.
Coke, fine, have both. I'm just asking you to have both.
Options is what we want.
You know how big
the option I want.
Yeah.
That's the one I want you to have.
McDonald's has the giant straws, too, so they really want you drinking a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of soda there.
Guzzle it down, baby. Diabetes on the way.
Yeah, and you know what's great about it is I used to be a big fan of the Monopoly game when they would have it at McDonald's, and
I'm such a sucker for that.
I'm telling you, I don't think your mother has made anything as glorious as a McDonald's French fry. That's all I'm saying. Like it's there's nothing that is better than that. So, just have Coke Zero. Listen, we were talking about Joe's earlier. They got Coke Zero. They wised up. They knew.
Well, we had to have a long talk over there. We got it straightened out.
Tommy Kraft is the reason why. That was what happened.
Had to pound a fist on a table or two, but we got it done.
Got it done. So, it says this is from 479 John. They replaced Sierra Mist with Twist Mist.
Oh, really?
And now you have brought. Now they have brought Sierra Mist back. Okay.
Is that a Pepsi product?
Yeah, who cares? Like what? Like the only thing Pepsi products ever put together was Mountain Dew. The only thing I give them credit for. I do like some Mountain Dew, but anyways, if you have any other beefs, folks, be sure to call or text the Cherokee Casino hotline 877-377-6963. What's that?
That's kind of funny.
Jesus did technically flip over a table and chase guys with a whip.
Sounds like Christmas last year at our house.
Yeah, I'd say, well, maybe that's where the
true meaning
spirit
for this season.
Yeah, the spirit comes from that. Maybe that's the case. So,
But did your mother ever pull that one out on Christmas on either one of you guys?
No.
I feel like I've heard
that
it
used.
before. Yeah.
You're going to act like that?
Yeah, I think my parents almost felt like it was almost too much to even say that.
Oh.
Like, it's such a sacred thing that you don't want to come out and start playing that card, because if you play the card, then people are going to start resenting it every single year. It's like, hold on a second. You're allowed to act up. You're allowed to do what you want. But as a kid, I can't do what I want, and you're just going to play
you're
that
the
card
kid.
on me? Yeah, I'm the kid. Yeah. JT in Hot Springs texted in. He says, stores that have Christmas sales, now that it's a week before Christmas, they drop the price on something I bought 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But they usually do the price. Some
places will
price match.
Yeah,
will
they'll
give
honor
you
it.
that money, the difference back. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
keep up with that receipt. To me, it better be a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money if I'm going to go in there and hassle with it.
Like, yeah, you're talking
$20
about
ain't going to get me back out. And, well, you know, they got me.
No.
I'm not exactly carrying around ads with me all the time either.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you're going to go in there and fight the horrible traffic and the amount of people, yeah, I'm with you, Tommy. It's got to be worth some serious dough if we're going to go that route. But yeah, I
better be getting like $50 back, $100 back. I'm not going all the way and finding a parking spot and going in for $25.
Yeah. I mean, Christmas shopping, I know some people are smart enough to do it early. I'm not.
No,
I'm not.
I was out yesterday again. By the way, another beef is, the ladies that are in there, you're used to doing this kind of shopping. Give guys like me a little bit of space. It's like I'm trying to think about. I swear, the same lady was like on my butt the entire. It's like I was on the other side of the store. It's like, how do you keep coming up behind? It's like I'm not in your way. You are following me around the store. It's like I'm trying to think.
These professional shoppers,
right? It's like, look, this is all foreign territory for me. I need my space. I need to think.
I know, and also these women, because there's this girl that I'm talking to now. She has it to where she enjoys, like, takes pleasure in Christmas shopping with large crowds.
Oh.
And I'm like, that
you need to
like,
rethink things there. Who takes pleasure in large crowds?
I don't know, but I'm like, listen, if I ever had to
That's
go,
a red flag, John.
If I had to ever go to HE double hockey sticks, and the devil's like, I'm going to give you an internal punishment. That would probably be what would do, like, just my never-ending crowds at events and shopping and stuff where I'm trying to get stuff done. Yep. So, but yeah, I don't understand that. But some people are just wired differently. It was all about shopping and shopping on Christmas. Not for me.
Red flag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's What's Your Beef Wednesday. Again, if you want to get in on it, call or text Cherokee Casino Hotline, 877-377-6963.
All right. I want to tell you about Gaston's White River Resort. Winter rates are in effect, 40% off on lodging rates right now. So if you need a cabin for 4 of you and your family, or you and your wife want to get a nice weekend plan for Valentine's weekend, or you're just looking for, got a few days off around New Year's, now is the time to call Gaston's at 870-431-5202 and let the pros go to work putting together the perfect trip for you. I recommend any cabin with a fireplace. They'll bring the firewood. You can start building fires in there. Look out the big bay windows at the White River. Every cabin has a great view of the White River, but get you a cabin, one of those fireplaces. It is an awesome experience and a great way to relax and unwind and just kind of get away from it all. That is one of the great things about Gaston's. Be sure and do some fishing. Take your fishing stuff with you. They got stuff there. If you need to rent a rod and reel, they can do that. And great fishing guides that can give you a guided day of wonderful trout fishing on the gorgeous White River. 870-431-5202 for Gaston's White River Resort. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
Hello, my name is Sean Brazel. I'm with the Fence Man and Quantum Property Services. I'm here to give you the brass tacks and hard facts of what encompassing all of your property needs are. We can help you with your real estate, your property management, your construction, and
your money. Hi, I'm Andy, Money Talks Knox. I'm here to talk to you about maximizing your return on your investment and also helping you get creative with your financing. Please, when you think of Quantum Property Services, Inc., give us a call at 479-434-6860. That's 479-434-6860. I'm Andy, Money Talks Knox.
Brass tacks, hard facts.
Hi, I'm Hector here from La Huertas. We like everything hot. La Huertas, we're fresh, authentic Mexican food served every day. La Huertas has 4 locations in the Fort Smith area with daily happy hours and a margarita night. Check it out. We're open 7 days a week with draft beer specials. Monday and Thursday night football. We are Fort Smith Authentic Mexican Restaurant. Yes, sir, we are. Fresh, homemade flour tortillas. La Huertas. At Rogers and Garrison location. Eat until you hurt. In Fort Smith, La Huertas.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
Hello, my name is Sean Brazel. I'm with the Fence Man and Quantum Property Services. I'm here to give you the brass tacks and hard facts of what encompassing all of your property needs are. We can help you with your real estate, your property management, your construction, and
your money. Hi, I'm Andy, Money Talks Knox. I'm here to talk to you about maximizing your return on your investment and also helping you get creative with your financing. Please, when you think of Quantum Property Services, Inc., give us a call at 479-434-6860. That's 479-434-6860. I'm Andy, Money Talks Knox.
brass tacks, hard facts.
Hi, I'm Hector here from La Huertas. We like everything hot. La Huertas, we're fresh, authentic Mexican food served every day. La Huertas has 4 locations in the Fort Smith area with daily happy hours and a margarita night. Check it out. We're open 7 days a week with draft beer specials. Monday and Thursday night football. We are Fort Smith Authentic Mexican Restaurant. Yes, sir, we are. Fresh, homemade flour tortillas. La Huertas. At Rogers and Garrison location. Eat until you hurt. In Fort Smith, La Huertas.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
Seven 6963.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. We are brought to you by Arvest Bank.
Have you checked your mortgage rate lately? A lot of times people forget about the rate on their home loan once it's closed, and your friends at Arvest Bank would love the opportunity to review your current loan with you. Arvest has low, competitive rates right now that could lower your monthly payment, shorten the term of your loan, or maybe do some of both. And Arvest services 99% of the loans that they originate, so you can always deal with a local branch that's easy and convenient for you with Arvest Bank for all of your mortgage needs. Call Randy right now at Arvest Bank, 479-573-1127. That's 573-1127, or download the Home For Me app to your mobile device for an Arvest loan officer near you. Arvest Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We have an Andrew Hutchinson of Whole Hog Sports. Excuse me, not Whole Hog Sports. That's a bad deal. Hog Beat. You didn't hear me. Sorry, Andrew.
Hard to keep them all straight, isn't it?
I know. Sometimes it's just the way it is. Hogbeat.com does a great job with them. He's going to be joining us here in about 15 minutes. Talk a little recruiting with us, and also just everything going on with Razorback football, and even getting into some basketball things as well. So looking forward to catching up with him. All right, let's get into your Hog update here on the Morning Rush.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Oh, yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
Arkansas Razorbacks in our championship! The Arkansas Razorbacks have completed the dream season!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush.
All right, it's time for your Hog Update presented by Ozark Sportsman Supply.
Yeah, they're having the first annual American Christmas impeachment sale going right now. Huge discounts on both the sportsman side of the store and the Outpost casual clothing side as well. 10 to 75% off items for your family. They're going to be ecstatic to find these gifts under the Christmas tree on Christmas morning. Plus, they're giving some great prizes away to all their loyal patriotic customers throughout this entire weekend. Things like PSE Stinger compound bows, that's $399. A Rocky Mountain RM360 crossbow valued at $200. A Taurus pistol that's $239, all given away this weekend, plus gift cards and more. Gift cards up to $125 all this weekend. It's the American Christmas Impeachment Sale this weekend at Ozark Sportsman Supply and Ozark Outpost Casual Clothing and Footwear, Highway 412 West, barely out of Springdale in Tawnytown.
So today is the early signing period, the early signing day. We'll see how it goes for Arkansas. Not a whole lot expected, but that's what happens when you have a coaching change and transition. But Sam Pittman will meet with the media today at 3 p.m. at the Fred W. Smith press conference room to speak to the media about this early signing period.
May not take long to go through all the recruits, all the signees today.
And we've had some people texting in, like, man, you guys are really depressing. Man, we're not trying to depress you. It's just, it's unfortunate. And it's not anyone's fault, really. It's just the way that college football is set up right now. I'm telling you right now that Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss, they're going to have similar things that they're going to have to go through. Same thing with Eli Drinkwitz at Missouri. Same thing with Mike Norvell at Florida State. You know, every place that is having to have a new coach brought in is going to have to be affected by this early signing period in some form or fashion. So it's just the way it is. But listen, Sam Pittman, when he gets the staff together especially, will hopefully know an offensive coordinator at least today, possibly tomorrow. But when he gets the whole staff together, then we'll have a better idea of what the recruiting class and the recruiting strategy is going to look like. And who knows, maybe 2020 they can salvage it a little bit and be able to bring it up and get some guys that can at least help out. Maybe they'll hit the transfer portal. There's a lot of different ways and different options that they can make this all work and look into the silver lining of it all. But unfortunately, again, that's just the way the college football is set up right now. And also in some other news, this is coming from Football Scoop as of yesterday, they're reporting that there's pretty much 3 names that are associated with the Arkansas offensive coordinator position, and it's Kendall Briles, Major Applewhite, and Chip Long. Those are the 3 names. Rhett Lashley was one that was getting thrown around, but according to them, he wasn't being mentioned or wasn't interviewed in the process that they were catching up with their sources. So I feel like if they were hiring one of those guys, I'd be fine with it. I don't think that there's anything that'll make me think that one of those guys would be worse than the other. I think Sam Pittman just needs to get the right guy in for the wide receiver coach and the offensive line coach that are already established. You have to be cool to be having those guys, and then whoever they hire as the wide running backs coach, tight ends coach, quarterback coach, depending on what position the offensive coordinator will help coach as well. So there's just a lot of factors that go into it. But according to other sources too, by the way, the Chip Long interview did not go well. Didn't go into specifics of why it didn't go well, but did not go very well.
Well, he was the guy at Ruth Chris, we think, right? What did he do, go and order it well done? I mean, that would end the interview with me, right? You take someone to Ruth Chris, and they go in there and they order it well done. All right, we're done here. cancel our order. Check, please.
Even though they break records offensively.
It wouldn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
You ordered your steak. Well done.
Is that the ultimate crime of food?
Particularly in a place like Ruth Chris?
Yeah. Like what's worse?
It'd be over, right?
Let me ask you this. What's worse? Getting your steak well done or putting sauce on a fine steak? What's the biggest crime against humanity?
Well, you may need the sauce on a well done steak.
Yeah, but say if you got just a great steak,
mm-hmm.
you put sauce on it, is that worse than ordering it well done?
The sauce is insulting,
But isn't well done insulting?
Well done is insulting. Well done shows your ignorance. I know there's hey, listen, there's people that like them that way. Can't eat them. I'm just kidding.
Who are these people that like it that way?
I got a family member that's the way they prefer it.
Well done.
Yeah.
Go get you some beef jerky. Like that's essentially
I'm
what
just
you're
saying,
eating.
Maybe that's why Chip Long is not. Maybe he ordered his steak well done at the Ruth Chris the other night.
Yeah, then maybe we don't want him. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe that's why they go to places like Ruth
Exactly.
Chris, is because Sam Pittman's like, I don't care.
It's a test.
Show me what you're eating.
You roll into
habits are
Herman's
about.
up there, and if you order it well done, well, this isn't our guy.
Yeah.
We're going to go through it because I want to eat my steak, but we're going to go through this. But we're done here.
That's probably a fair way of being able to decide who you want on your coaching staff is just seeing the type of steak that they order. You can tell a lot about a man by the type of steak that he orders.
Miss Lisa has messaged into the show watching on Facebook Live. It says she eats her steaks very well done. Why have a steak? Just go have a hamburger.
Tell me who that surprises that Miss Lisa eats a well done steak. She likes her tough as nails type of food. She's a tough as nails lady. NCAA Hog and from Yellville says, if you get a freaking hamburger steak, well done, if you're going to eat a well done steak. That's true. Tommy, we got a 479 says,
Yeah.
Tommy, not everybody likes blood running out of it or mooing when they cut into it.
I didn't say rare, There is a difference between rare and well done. See, this is the argument.
What's
you can't
worse?
have it well done. Oh, well, you must want it mooing. Yeah,
What would you rather have?
Rare.
Exactly. No. Stoner in Nashville says ribeye rare. Good grief.
Yeah.
That's the thing is I love me some steak, and I am against well done, but I can't have it mooing.
I can't have it rare.
Like, I can't have it to where it's still like, mooing, as they like to put it.
But whoever that was in the fourth, there is a difference, but there is some medium ground there. There is a middle ground between, and they call it medium rare.
Yeah, but say they call it
medium rare.
Yeah. Just make that happen, folks. Just
no one said anything about blood running out of it.
And listen, if you go to a buffet and it's a steak buffet or something, you want to do it. That's different.
If you're going to a buffet for steak, then
no. But if you go to a buffet and they just happen to have steak, I will allow it if that's the case. Andrew Hutchinson of HogBeat.com joining us in the third hour of the Morning Rush. Stay with us.
What's your more? Maybe it's more time to pursue work on your golf swing. At the old course at St. Andrews. Whatever you'd like more of, Powerball from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery can turn those dreams into reality. And the next drawing is for more than $150 million. So go to your local lottery retailer and get your ticket to more today. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Metal Mart offers high-quality prefabricated metal buildings, metal roofing, custom trim shops, carports, and more. They strive to be a company where contractors as well as do-it-yourselfers are welcome. Metal Mart assists you in calculating the materials needed to complete your project, all at a rate you can afford. They have locations in Fort Smith, Mayflower, Jonesboro, Pine Bluff, and Little Rock. Or you can find them online at metalmarts.com. Metal Mart, the right material for the right price.
Hi, this is Jan. Thanks for calling Toyota.
Hi, Jan. I heard Toyotathon is on.
It sure is. We've got great year-end deals on Camry, RAV4, Tundra, Highlander, and more. Do you hear that?
That would be my mom. I'm home for the holidays, and apparently she's still eavesdropping on my calls like she used to.
What was that again about year-end deals?
Mom.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Okay. And did I mention every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan? It's happening again.
Dad, hang up the phone.
Toyotathon is on now. Come in today. Bring your mom.
During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 72 months or a total bonus of $3,500 on a new 2020 Toyota Tundra Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places. Visit buyatoyota.com for details. Offers available in select states and N1620. Toyota Care covers normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. See participating dealer for coverage details.
Attention Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative members. Do you need a better internet provider? One who treats you like a member and not a number? Then check out our new fiber internet services from Wave Rural Connect. We are bringing state-of-the-art, high-speed fiber internet, TV, and phone services right into your home. If you are an Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative member, go to waveruralconnect.com to sign up. That's waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-4WAVE-RC. Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Hey, this is Ted with Ed Walker's Drive-In. For more than 70 years, Ed Walker's has been the place to go for the best French dips and hand-patted hamburgers in town. Blue Plate Specials served Monday through Friday, and we're still the home of Fort Smith's only 5-pound hamburger. We're open 10 a.m. to midnight, 7 days a week. Call ahead for pickups, 783-3352. Ed Walker's Drive-In, 1500 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith, where the legend lives on.
Hey dads, do you have an athlete in your house that is looking to take their skills to the next level? Excel Speed Training at the Fort Smith Athletic Club has the proven results to maximize your athlete's potential. Designed for both male and female athletes of all ages and various sports to improve mobility, endurance, agility, and vertical jump. Take your game to the next level with Excel Speed Training. Call Mike Johnson at 479-926-0193. That's Mike at 479-926-0193 at the Fort Smith Athletic Club.
Do you hear that Coors Light being poured? It's the perfect temperature. How can I tell just based on the sound? I can't. But I can see that the mountain on the can is blue. And when the mountain is blue, your Coors Light is perfectly cold. Coors Light is cold lagered for a crisper taste, cold filtered for brightness and clarity, and cold packaged for peak refreshment. Doesn't that sound good? 2019 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas from Frank Rowe Furniture.
Here at Frank Rowe Furniture, for the month of December, is offering no sales tax and free delivery. What a wonderful gift for Christmas to our customers. We carry many made-in-the-USA products, including Catnap, Best Home Furnishings, Union Furniture, Affordable Furniture, and Speed Queen Laundry. We offer several financing options, including in-house, no-credit check financing. Merry Christmas from Frank Rowe Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Frank Rowe Furniture. Best seats in the house.
December is trading time at Rath Auto Resources. Hi folks, Larry Rath here with our last big promotion of the year. Trading time. With tax season just around the corner, we need your trade. So we're giving up to $3,300 above Kelley Blue Book value when you trade your old ride for a nicer, newer car from our Rath Road Ready inventory. We'll even buy your car. That extra money can go a long way toward helping you get more car or reducing your monthly payment. Plus, if you're one of those waiting on a tax refund, your wait is over. Ask one of our friendly, non-commissioned solution specialists how our TaxMax program can get you access to your money now. If you're keeping the car you have, let us get it ready for the new year with buy 3, get 1 free on all tires or a basic oil change for only $24.95 in our Meineke Car Care Center. Start driving better today with Arkansas's #1 rated and reviewed used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources, and the Meineke Car Care Center. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online, rathauto.com.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Our sky remains clear tonight. An overnight low will drop down in the low to mid 20s. Wednesday, a whole lot of sunshine. Highs mid 40s north, low 50s south. Thursday, beautiful blue sky, lots of sunshine or high in the low to mid 50s. And then a little bit more cloud cover moves our way Friday. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Weather is brought to you by OG&E Weatherization Program for Arkansas customers with homes at least 10 years old. Call 1-800-272-9741 for details or log on at OGE.com.
You're listening to The Morning Rush live from the Bush and Bushlight Studios on ESPN 95.3 KERX Paris Fort Smith. This hour of The Morning Rush is brought to you by Quantum Property Services. Buying, selling, investing, and encompassing all your property needs. Broadcasting live from the Toyota Studios, this is The Morning Rush.
The greatest thing that happened to me in my coaching career is going to Georgia and understanding recruiting in the SEC. And I know you can say I was here at Arkansas. But I know this, that recruiting is going to have a high emphasis in this program, and it's the only way you can change what you have. And again, I'm proud of what we have. We just need to add to the roster.
With John Neighbors
Every time you put a mic in my face, I'm going to say Arkansas.
and Tommy Kraft.
I'm not known as a guy who gets hand cramps when I'm writing checks.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good morning.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
The Morning Rush starts right now.
2 hours down, 1 hour to go. Appreciate everybody listening in on this beautiful day here in the great state of Arkansas. John Neighbors, Tommy Kraft, Matty T in studio with you today. And thank you as always for making us a part of your morning this morning, where we are brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas.
Yeah, save up to $2,700 or no interest for 5 years on brand new Hot Springs hot tubs during Burton Pools and Spas holiday sale. It's going on right now. Every hot tub in stock is on sale. 60 different luxury spas for you to choose from. Prices start at $26.95. They'll take care of delivery, the cover, and all the startup chemicals to get you warm and cozy all throughout the winter. You'll find Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith. Also check out all the full lineup of Big Green Egg grills, products, and accessories. They make great holiday gifts as well. It's the holiday sale right now at Burton Pools and Spas, Springdale, and in Fort Smith. Burton Pools and Spas is your source for backyard fun.
It's the early National Signing Day today, and there's going to be a lot of things going on in college football, and there's still a lot of things to be said and be had about Arkansas football, especially when it comes to some coaching hires. And to continue to talk about it a little bit, let's welcome in Andrew Hutchinson of hogbeat.com. Andrew, as always, appreciate you joining us, but before we get started, I have to know a very important fact if we're going to continue on this interview. If someone is giving you a steak and they ask you how well you want it cooked, what do you tell them?
I usually go with medium.
Okay, all right, that's fair. We couldn't allow anybody that would want well done on our...
We have a theory that we're hearing the Chip Long interview didn't go well, that maybe if he was the one at the Ruth's Chris with him, maybe he ordered it well done, and that just ended the whole deal.
I don't want it well done. That's burnt.
Yeah, right.
No, thank you.
That's our theory, is maybe Chip Long ordered his steak well done, and Sam Pittman said, all right, we're through. Yeah, that's it. We're done.
That was what ended up ending it. So, but Andrew, it's always good to have you on.
We're not going to consummate this deal over a well done steak. No.
No, it's always good to have you on, and we won't talk about steak the entire time. We may bring it back up. But, today it's obviously an early signing period has not been very kind to Arkansas. Since in the past 3 years, we know that when Chad Morris came in the transition, it was tough for him to get a class together. It's going to be the same way with Sam Pittman. So my basic question for you right now is the early signing period and how they have it set up in college football still a good thing? Should it still stay the way it is, or should it be changed? Because sometimes I got to remember I may be looking at it from the Arkansas perspective, but from the college football perspective, is the early signing period a great thing for the sport?
It's hard to say. I mean, there's different ways to look at it. I know, look at it for me personally as a reporter who has to cover it, it's not exactly ideal to be having to do this a week before Christmas. There's all sorts of other things I would rather be doing. But I think from maybe like a fan perspective, I think it's exciting. I mean, it's just another day to look forward to. If you're not playing in a bowl game, which unfortunately for Arkansas has become relatively common these last few years, it gives you something to look forward to before February. You can kind of get some of your big-time prospects locked in and, then be able to focus in on maybe the tougher, recruiting battles, so to speak. But that's if you have a normal recruiting cycle. As you mentioned, 2 of the 3 years now that they've had an early signing period, Arkansas's had a coaching change, which makes it just absolutely brutal. Only have a couple of weeks to get something together. So it's always going to be tough when you have a new coach, whether it's at Arkansas or Missouri or wherever it is, Ole Miss. It's going to be a challenge. But maybe if you can, get some guys locked in like Chad did his second year, get them already on board. You don't have to worry about them flipping down the stretch. Then you can focus all your efforts in closing on whoever else is left. So I think it can be a good thing if you're a school like Arkansas, where you have to always worry about schools coming in at the last second and stealing your recruits away. That happened quite a bit the last few years, whenever it was just February. It always seemed like there was 1 or 2 guys that were flipping away from Arkansas. maybe if you can get them locked in before then they stick. It's just really hard when you're going through a coaching change.
So if it's truly about the student athlete, and that's what the mission statement says it's about the student athletes, right? So wouldn't it be in the student athlete's best interest to maybe sign in like August rather than December? I know the coaches like it in December because it protects them and it protects, against injury and a kid not, going 100% in his senior season perhaps. But wouldn't the best interest of the student athlete be a early signing period before the high school season?
Yeah, I kind of thought that whenever it was announced. I mean, it seems silly to me to have it literally 2 months before, less than 2 months before the other one. It just doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense. I would do it, like you said, in August. That way you get it out of the way before your senior season of high school. You get locked in, so that way maybe if you suffer some type of injury or something like that, schools can't be like, oh, no, your offer's no good anymore. It protects you from that. I agree. I think it should be in August just to get it over with ahead of the season. Maybe even late July. That way, schools get it out of the way before fall camp starts. Definitely before the high school football season starts. I think would make a lot more sense. Then you don't have families like to be at these events for signing days, and it's Christmas time, like I mentioned, and people are out of town, and that sometimes prevents people from signing. I think that's what happened to, I want to say, Hudson Henry this past class. He didn't sign early, but it was just because all of his family wasn't in town and able to attend.
Speaking with Andrew Hutchison of hogbeat.com right now on the Morning Rush via the Cherokee Casino hotline. Andrew, just as far as what it's looking like for Sam Pittman right now and some of the assistant coaches, we're starting to get some more words on a few other guys, especially on the defensive side of the ball, that what they're looking at. What can you do for the latest in the coaching search, or at least the assistant coaching search for Arkansas, and who are some of the people they're looking at in those positions that they have yet to fill?
Well, it seems like they've added a couple more coaches yesterday. A guy from the JUCO ranks, I believe his name is Ryan Rhodes. He comes from Hutchinson Community College, great name of a school right there. And he's been there since, I believe, 2007. He actually played for Sam Pittman at Hutchinson Community College back in the early 90s. That was Pittman's last head coaching job. Seems like he's going to come on board and be a linebackers coach. So that's another head coach, granted from the JUCO ranks, but it's the Jayhawk Conference, all those Kansas JUCOs, everyone's seen Last Chance U and everything, but those schools produce a ton of talent. Arkansas has actually already offered a couple of guys that were at Hutchinson Community College this past year. So I think it's an interesting ad from a recruiting standpoint, plus it's a way for Arkansas to maybe save some money. I think that guy was making less than $90,000 a year as the Hutch Community College head coach. He could triple his salary, and Arkansas would still be saving a little bit of money, from that $5 million rough pool for assistant coaches. Mm-hmm. Then they've also added another guy who could probably also save them some money, in Sam Carter. He was a staffer at Missouri, so that's he's familiar with Barry Odom. So he's going to be, it looks like, the cornerbacks coach. He's a guy that, just, I guess 5-6 years ago was a very, very good football player, a safety at TCU. So he's a young guy, so maybe he can recruit well, relate well to the recruits from that standpoint, but it's also another way to maybe save some money, because you hope there's going to be a decent amount of money left over to hire a really good offensive coordinator, which seems to be the thing we're all kind of waiting on.
So who do you think it will be, and when do you think that will be announced? Because that seems like the next big shoe to drop is the offensive coordinator.
I would think that an offensive coordinator would be announced, or at least start trickling out in the next couple of days. Probably not today, because they're going to be all tied up with signing day, things like that. I thought they might get it out before then to maybe help with the recruiting trail. But then again, he was probably using all of his free time and talking with recruits and trying to shore up the class. So I would expect it to be in the next couple of days. And, I mean, the names that I'm hearing are the names everyone seems to be hearing. Major Applewhite, the former Houston head coach, the Chip Long at Notre Dame. Y'all mentioned him earlier. He was the guy that seemed to be interested, but maybe not. Then Brent Dearman is an interesting name from Kansas. He's a young guy who has come up through. He has worked under Gus Malzahn for a couple of years as like an analyst or something a couple of years back, and Kansas had some really big offensive outbursts, against Texas, Texas Tech this year. Seems to be kind of a rising star in the profession. So there's some names out there, but it seems like he's probably going to really narrow down on it over the next few days after he gets the signing class behind him.
Andrew, some of the names you mentioned as offensive coordinator, do any of them you favor personally? Just you think that they would be a better fit, do a better job, or would you be happy with all of them? What's your thought on some of the names as far as offensive coordinators have gone?
Yeah, I think Brent Dearman is very intriguing just because, as I said, he's kind of a rising star. He might be a guy that could be really, really good, but you also wonder if maybe the floor is also lower on him than some of these other guys. Kendall Briles was a name I did mention earlier. He's a name that's also been floated out there. I think he would be, very good. He seems to have had success pretty much at every stop he's had, except for Florida State, but that was kind of a broken program when he got there, which maybe Arkansas is too. So maybe that wouldn't be the best fit. But also Major Applewhite, I really like him from the standpoint of being a former head coach. You've already got Barry Odom, former head coach. I mentioned the JUCO head coach. To add another head coach to help Sam Pittman with, the adjustment, never being a head coach at the FBS level, I think would be beneficial. Plus, he's got all the recruiting ties to Texas, which is still really important for Arkansas, even though Chad Morris is gone.
So looking at just the rest of the recruiting class too, Andrew, it seems like that since the early signing period, not to say it's going to be a total waste or a wash, but these first recruiting classes are always tough. Do you still believe, though, that there will be enough time, enough effort put in to be able to make it to where the regular signing period could be a successful one for Arkansas? Is there enough players that are going to be out there for Sam Pittman to try to get him to sign to where the final class won't be dead last in the SEC type of deal?
Oh, I'm not sure what Vanderbilt and Missouri are doing right now to be able to say if they're going to be dead last or not. But it's going to be a challenge. It really is, because I think I saw stats last year or the year before where something like 70%, 75% of all student athletes signed during the early signing period. That doesn't leave a lot of guys to find. They're really going to have to go find, I know some Arkansas fans don't like to hear, but they're really going to have to go find the diamonds in the rough type of guys and hopefully land on a couple of those. Really, they just need to get a class in here to be able to have numbers for the next year's class. That's something that I'm kind of concerned about. If they get a bunch of transfers, which luckily they haven't had a ton. Nick Starkel's left the program and a couple others. But if they have a mass exodus like we've seen in the last couple of years under Chad Morris, then it could be really difficult for them to get to 85 scholarships, and then you're operating at a deficit, and that has not gone well for a place like Kansas the last decade. That's obviously doomsday scenario, but really you got to maintain the 85 scholarships, even if everyone they bring in this class isn't a superstar.
All right, so along those lines, with the lack of retention, and I don't know how many guys have left eligible, where does Arkansas start entering the danger zone on the APR score? Because we know it's a rolling 4-year average. And, Andrew, there's been so much turnover under Chad Morris, and now there may be some more. Won't the APR score be in somewhat of a danger zone for this football program?
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, but I know that is something that's factored in. I think maybe, it depends on if the players are leaving in good academic standing. You hope that's the case. Some of them have left as graduate transfers. Ty Story was a graduate transfer to Michael Petway. So hopefully those guys all left in good academic standing. But yeah, it's probably going to take a hit. Luckily, that's one thing Brett Bielema did really well, is build up that APR to historic highs at Arkansas. People don't like hearing that, but that's really good. It kind of gives them a little bit of wiggle room where if they do take a hit for a couple of years, as you said, it's a 4-year average. Maybe they should hopefully be able to sustain it and be above the cutoff line for the NCAA.
Yeah, because there are penalties that come along with falling below, 925, I think is the number. But you get a point for retention and a point for eligibility. And, I just know there's been a lot of players leave, and you lose that retention point.
Yeah, it could be interesting to see how it plays out, but that's going to be something we don't know the full impact on for a couple of years because they are, I think it's like a year behind when the scores are averaged out.
Well, Andrew, just to switch gears a little bit, I want to talk to you about this Razorback basketball team. They had a really impressive game against Tulsa over the weekend. They got 2 non-conference games left in the non-conference slate, I guess, including the TCU game in the middle of conference play, but then it gets revved up. They open up a conference play against Texas A&M at home, and Texas A&M is not a very good basketball team. It just seems like this is setting up that this could be, as crazy as it is, could be an NCAA tournament team in year one under Eric Musselman. Are you getting that vibe? Do you believe that this is an NCAA tournament team right now?
You know, the way they're playing, it's hard not to think that. I'm still trying my best to be skeptical, to play devil's advocate and say, you know, they still haven't played the heart of their schedule. It'll get tougher in the SEC, but then I see the rest of the SEC not doing exactly what we all expected them to do. You know, you mentioned Texas A&M not being very good. That's being time. They are terrible. I think they were like 281 in the NET rating that came out this past week. So that should be a win for Arkansas, especially being at home. I'm not sure. I want to see how they do in the SEC play, but you think if they can finish up, 10-2 in non-conference play, that's with the loss at Indiana. But if they could beat Indiana, which Indiana doesn't look, it looks like a winnable game, they would be in really good position where they just really probably need to go 10-8 in SEC play, and that gets them up to 20 wins, and you're right there, maybe making the NCAA tournament in year one, which is something I did not expect at all. I thought they were going to be an NIT team at best. But sure enough, Eric Musselman has worked wonders, and they definitely look a lot better than I was expecting them to look.
So how good is the SEC? Because right now some of the early returns on some of the non-conference games leaves me questioning the quality of the league. What's your opinion?
Yeah, I'm starting to question the quality of the league as well. I mean, Kentucky doesn't even look as dominant as you would expect a Kentucky team to look. They came in at like 58 or something in the NET rating this past week. Arkansas was 23rd, and that was second in the conference behind Auburn. So that means Auburn's the only other top 25 team right now in that all-important metric. So I don't think it's as good as we all thought it was going to be, but I don't necessarily think it's as bad as it was a few years ago before the conference really ramped up its efforts to get good in basketball again.
So is it good or bad for Arkansas if the conference isn't as great? Because to me, it gives them an opportunity to get to that 10-8 record type of deal in SEC play, but at the same time, you want to have some quality wins. What does Arkansas need from the SEC this year in basketball?
I think it just needs it to be average. I think last year it was a very good conference. This year it's average, and as you said, it gives them an opportunity to win some games and get to that maybe 20-win mark or something, 21 wins, to get them in that conversation. Whereas I think if it was last year's SEC or the year before's SEC, then Arkansas would really be having a hard time getting to the necessary win total to be even in the conversation to make the NCAA tournament. So I think it's good for Arkansas, but then again, it's probably if they do just get to 20 wins and the league is average, then they're probably not going to get a great seed. But I think at this point, Arkansas fans would just take making the NCAA tournament year one. Yeah. I think that would be a phenomenal thing for Eric Musselman.
Yeah, if you had to go to Dayton and do the play-in game, you'd be happy with that right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you take that all day long. All right, Andrew, real quick before we let you get out of here, I got to ask you this because we've been having some fun with this today. Christmas is a great time. It's a great holiday. Everyone enjoys it. But everyone has something that they hate about the holiday. What is the one thing that you hate the most about Christmas?
Probably having to get out and shop amongst all the madness, because I'm one of those people that puts it off, and having to scramble near the end, especially with having a newborn baby, has really delayed things this year. And I think I'm almost done shopping, and I'm really dreading having to get out and finish it up here in the next couple of days.
Yeah, well, no, that's pretty much where everyone usually lies, is just the hatred of the shopping and the dealing with people and traffic. It's just a nightmare for everybody. But
yeah,
it's a great time of year, but everybody's got something that they they hate about the Christmas holiday. Andrew Hutchinson of hogbeat.com. You can follow him on Twitter at NWA Hutch. Always appreciate you hopping on with us, man, and have a Merry Christmas, and we'll be catching up with you, all right?
All right, sounds good. Appreciate it, guys.
I appreciate it, man. 877-377-6963 is the number to call or text into the Cherokee Casino hotline.
Hey, let me tell you about the Fence Man. If you've always wanted a powered automatic gate at your home or business, and you don't know who to call to put one in, or you have one that's broken, you want it repaired, call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. They do all kinds of powered gates, even chain link powered gates that work for commercial application, custom wrought iron applications, and if you want something custom built for your home that looks gorgeous, they can do that as well. All kinds of automatic gates and controlled access systems are available with the Fence Man. And if it involves a fence, the Fence Man does it. So give them a call today for a quick, no-obligations quote. 479-782-3936. That's 479-782-3936. For the Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
It's still What's Your Beef Wednesday, and we've had a few of you texting in your beefs. We'll probably be reading those in the final segment here on the Morning Rush. So if you have any final beefs that you want to get into, try to keep them Christmas-themed, since tis the season to be jolly or to be venting your frustrations about the holiday. Be sure to do that via the Cherokee Casino hotline, 877-377-6963. We'll have those. And then also coming up next, we'll get into your SEC update, some of the things going around in the conference. And I do want to bring back up the whole SEC basketball angle that we were talking about with Andrew, and just this conference kind of sucks this year, at least so far. And at least the teams that are in the bottom are very bad.
That's one way of putting it, John.
Yes. This conference sucks. So we'll talk about that and how Arkansas can benefit from that on the other side of the break. Stay with us, folks. More of the Morning Rush coming up next.
The most honest sports radio show in Arkansas. The Morning Rush continues next.
The Ozarks' first annual American Christmas Impeachment Sale is this Saturday through Monday. Unlike the process going on in D.C., the Ozarks Impeachment Sale is not a circus sideshow or a waste of your hard-earned tax dollars. While the career politicians waste our tax dollars on frivolous witch hunts, the Ozarks wants to try to help you keep some of those hard-earned dollars in your pocket before the next charade starts. You'll find huge discounts from 10 to 75% off on items your family will be ecstatic to find under the tree on Christmas morning. While D.C. keeps wasting all they can, Ozark Sportsmen and Ozark Outpost are going to give to all their patriotic customers throughout this weekend. Giveaways include a PSE Stinger compound bow, a Rocky Mountain RM360 crossbow, a Taurus G2C pistol, a Vortex rifle scope, Vortex HD binos, and gift cards for Ozark Outpost casual clothing in the amounts of $25, $50, $75, $100, and $125 for a Merry Christmas. Make the short drive on Highway 412 west, barely out of Springdale in Tawnytown to the Ozarks.
Are you in the market for a new pool or spa? Seaside Pools and Spas has been constructing quality pools in the four-state area since 1967. It's your one-stop shop for chemicals, equipment, spas, and in-ground pools. With a service department like no other, Seaside Pools and Spas can help you with any repair, maintenance, or renovation needs necessary. Visit Seaside Pools and Spas today in Springdale and Bentonville or online at seasidepools.com.
The Morning Rush is brought to you by Supercuts, who supports local teams. Supercuts, we're super into the movement.
The biggest discounts ever during the end-of-year sales event at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. 2019 GMC Sierra Denali's. The biggest savings ever. Up to $16,000 off. Only $52,335. The 2020 GMC Terrain. Slash to $21,999. And the 2019 Buick Encore. The lowest price ever. Only $16,999. The biggest savings ever during the end-of-year sales event at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
In the moment, who has your back? Do you know the name of your insurance agent? Does your agent know your name? Or would you call a 1-800 number that connects you with who? Another state? Another country? Get a local independent insurance agent with Auto Owners Insurance. Someone you can call when bad stuff happens. In the moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. Kohler and Green Insurance in Fort Smith. Just call 484-9888. And Kohler and Green Insurance in Van Buren. Call 474-9888 and online kohlergreen.com.
Full-time farmers, hobby farmers, and landowners, your time is important. Make the most out of that time with a brand new Branson tractor from Bush Machine and Tractor in Fort Smith. With tractors from 19 to 105 horsepower, we have a tractor that will fit your needs. Ask Bush Machine and Tractor about their special financing options and free loader rebates. Bush Machine and Tractor in Fort Smith is Arkansas's #1 Branson dealer. Check their inventory at bushtractor.com.
The second location for Whole Hog Cafe in Fort Smith is now open. Located on the east side of town on Phoenix Avenue, next to Dollar General and across from Interstate Batteries. Serving that award-winning Memphis-style barbecue and all your favorite sides 7 days a week from 11 till 8. Pickup orders for Whole Hog Cafe Phoenix Avenue can be placed at 646-2495 or at wholehogfortsmith.com. Whole Hog Cafe second location on Phoenix Avenue is now open.
Barley is the soul of Budweiser. That's why we've been working with the same family-owned American farms for more than 50 years to harvest it. The secrets to growing this grain perfectly have been passed down through 3 generations. For them, it's a legacy. And it's why only the best barley and locally sourced ingredients are used to make Budweiser. Budweiser is proudly raised across America. This Bud's from our barley farmers. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Do you own apartment complexes, condos, and rental property? Then you have made a great investment. Now make another great decision by calling Trinity Multifamily to help you maximize your return. Trinity Multifamily offers full-service property management, marketing, leasing, sales, and all the services to make your cash flow. Take the hassles and frustrations out of ownership and call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
Right now, at Orr Chevrolet in Fort Smith, they are giving the Chevy employee discount to everyone. You heard that right. Chevy employee discount for everyone on all remaining 2019 models in stock and select 2020 models. You cannot afford to miss out on this opportunity at Orr Chevrolet. Drive away in a 2019 Silverado for up to $13,000 off. Or how about a 2020 Spark for as low as $169 a month with approved credit? Or Chevrolet has the 2020 Equinox up to $6,000 off. Plus, with any new vehicle sold, Or Chevy will give you a lifetime powertrain warranty, 2 years of free maintenance, and free car washes for life. Find new roads and get the Chevy employee discount at the River Valley's favorite, Or Chevrolet on Auto Park Drive, under the giant American flag, and always open 24/7 online at orchevyfs.com.
ESPN 95.3.
Bells will be ringing. This sad, sad news. Oh, what a Christmas.
The Morning Rush with John Neighbors and Tommy Kraft.
Clark, I think it's best if everyone just goes home before things get worse.
Worse? How could they get any worse? Take a look around you, Ellen. We're at the threshold of hell.
Video streaming live on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. Let's go to the phone lines. Welcome in the man, Larry Rath of Rath Auto Resources. Good morning, Larry.
Hey, good morning, guys. Hope you're having a great day. We're looking forward to a good time over here at Rath Auto Resources because it's trading time. Right now, you can get up to $3,300 above Fair Kelly trade-in on your trade. And we need those cars for the tax run coming up, folks. And we're going to help folks get into a nicer, newer car during trading time at Rath Auto Resources. The Meineke Car Care Centers, those guys are just rocking and rolling, helping people get ready for the holiday season, taking care of the car they have, helping us get our cars ready. You know, that Rath Road Ready inventory, those cars have been fully inspected and reconditioned in our Meineke Car Care Center. You can't do any better than that. And you can get that same level of service on your car. Come on in for a $24.95 basic oil change or a buy 3, get 1 free on all tires right now. So some fun things going on, folks. All we're missing is you. Come and see us at trading time, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Centers. We're at 4515 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith, corner of Don Tyson and 71B in Springdale. Or you can check us out online at rathauto.com.
All right, that's Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith and in Springdale. Larry, have a great Wednesday.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one. Folks, come and see us.
Somebody said we've got SEC bias. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
All right, it is time for your SEC update presented by Ozark Outpost Casual Clothing and Footwear.
Yeah, the American Christmas impeachment sale is underway through the end of the week at the Ozarks, both Ozark Outpost Casual Clothing and Footwear and Ozark Sportsman Supply. Huge discounts on both sides of the store with 10 to 75% off on items your family is going to love this Christmas. Plus, they're giving away some great stuff this weekend to all their loyal customers. Stop in. Find out how you could win a PSC Stinger compound bow valued at nearly $400. A Rocky Mountain crossbow valued at $200. Taurus pistol at $239. A Vortex scope, Vortex binoculars, all going to be given away as part of this sale. Plus gift cards from the Ozarks valued at $25, $50, $75, $100, and $125. Hey, Merry Christmas from everyone at Ozark Outpost Casual Clothing and Footwear and Ozark Sportsman Supply. Highway 412 West, barely out of Springdale in Tawnytown.
So for your SEC update, there's going to be Mark Emert, who was meeting with a lot of the media yesterday, head of the NCAA, and this is really the only thing I care about, saying that the NCAA football game might be returning. There's a few things that they have to go through.
You just care about a video
But
game.
that's all I care about.
How did you say his last name?
Is it Emert? Isn't that how you say it?
Emert.
Emert?
Emert? He's an LSU guy, so it doesn't really matter.
I don't really care.
He used to be the president at LSU. Chancellor, whatever.
He looks like he could be a pretty Weasley politician.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all.
And you know what? He pretty much, in a way, is probably. But he just has that look. If you ran for office, I'd be like, I could see that. But also, Dan Mullen, this is other big news, too. Dan Mullen took issue with Peter Burns of the SEC Network at his power rankings of SEC coaches he'd most like to take a trip to Vegas with.
Oh, well, this is the big hitting news of
That's
the day,
right.
huh?
That's right. Lots of things going on
So
in the
who
SEC,
was
obviously.
at the top of it?
Well, at the top was Lane Kiffin.
Well, that would be, yeah. I can see
Sam
that.
Pittman came in at number 4.
Okay.
Pretty solid, and Dan Mullen was at number 5.
So Mullen thought he was too low?
Yeah.
Mullen doesn't come across as a fun-loving, stay-out-all-night kind of guy.
No, and that's why I thought it was weird that he had such an issue with it. I'm like, have you seen yourself? Do you know who you are? Could you name the SEC coach that was dead last?
Oh.
And we're just talking about taking a trip to Vegas.
I'm running through the roster. Saban would have to be last.
No.
No? I mean, now Saban would have a lot of people flock to him, but I can't imagine he would be a lot of fun. Malzahn, probably not a lot of fun.
He's 13th. Malzahn is. Dead last.
Dead last. Because Will Muschamp, I think, would be up there. He would be near the top.
Yeah, Muschamp's up there.
Yeah. Mark Stoops, I've been around him a little bit. He would be a lot of fun.
He'd be fun.
I don't know enough about Drinkowitz to tell you. But a name with Drinkowitz, I mean, come on now.
I mean, yeah, as I say, he's already got his nickname.
I mean, come on. All right, who is it?
Jeremy Pruitt.
I don't know.
Really? I
Maybe.
feel like he'd be pretty boring.
All right.
Yeah. Of course, I don't know. This is Peter Burns' rankings because he had Derek Mason at number 2. So I don't know. I never thought Derek Mason would be a guy that you
party
take,
hound.
But, but Stoops was at number 3. Sam Pittman at number 4. Dan Mullen at number 5. Ed Orgeron, number 6.
Orgeron, it's got to be in the top 3.
Yeah, I would replace Orgeron before
Orgeron
Mason.
might be number 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say because Lane Kiffin.
Who do you have 1? Lane Kiffin. Kiffin 1. I think I got Orgeron 1. Lane Kiffin's down the list a little
Well,
bit.
it just
for me.
depends on what the type of party you want. Do you want a party where you wake up and you don't know what happened the night before and your pants are missing? Then that's probably the Lane party you want with Lane Kiffin.
The hangover.
Yeah, that's probably the route you want to go.
If you want to go out and just have a night on the town and have a lot of fun, I think Orgeron would be a blast.
Oh, he absolutely would. What type of cocktails do you think Ed Orgeron drinks?
I don't think they're cocktails. I think there's just straight whiskey, probably right out of the bottle,
with no label on it, so you don't really know where it came from.
Crown, right out of the bottle.
Yeah, he seems like that type. Yeah. I could totally see that.
Hey, get by Sassy's. If you're out doing some Christmas shopping, 2 locations for Sassy's, John, for folks to stop in and get a little respite from their holiday shopping.
That's right, and it's right up there that's conveniently located with their 2 locations. So if you're out there shopping, you're going to need some sort of great food and great drink to be able to ease some of the suffering that you've had to deal with when it comes to Christmas shopping, and that's what Sassy's is for. They have amazing barbecue options, award-winning smoked wings, great burgers, great wraps, great everything, and a full bar so you can take a little edge off when it comes to Christmas holidays as well. They're open lunch and or dinner, so be sure to check it out again with their 2 locations in Fayetteville off of College and off of Weddington. We got one final segment to get into on the Morning Rush, and we'll clean up What's Your Beef Wednesday coming up next. Stay with us, folks.
Honest Razorback talk that never yields. This is the Morning Rush.
Save up to $2,700 or no interest for 5 years on a brand new Hot Springs hot tub during Burton Pools and Spas holiday sale. Every hot tub in stock is on sale with over 60 luxury spas to choose from, starting at $26.95. Just $26.95. That includes delivery, cover, and startup chemicals. Don't miss Burton Pools and Spas holiday sale going on now. Once it's over, it's over. Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith, your source for backyard fun.
I'm Frank Mir, former UFC heavyweight champion. My career in the UFC was tough on my body. I was considering stem cell therapy, but now, thanks to water-soluble CBD from CBD American Shaman, my life is so much better. CBD American Shaman has a water-soluble product made with nanotechnology. The nanotech allows CBD oil to mix directly into the water in a cloud when other CBD oil would just float on the top of the water. American Shaman doesn't make claims. Their customers do. CBD American Shaman, a CBD like no other.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
The Morning Rush is brought to you by Supercuts, who supports local teams. Supercuts, we're super into the movement.
If you have experience transporting frozen and refrigerated goods and want to be part of a trucking family with insurance and be home every week, you need to contact Brent Higgins Trucking. Since 1997, Brent Higgins Trucking in Mulberry has been proudly delivering to and from various areas of the United States, including but not limited to Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. Brent Higgins Trucking, where you're a name, not a number. Contact them at 479-997-2366 or at BrentHigginsTrucking.com.
Is your home at least 10 years old and served by OG&E? OG&E is offering Arkansas customers a free weatherization program to increase your comfort and lower your bills. A trained crew will perform an energy audit at no cost to you, and if your home qualifies, our crews will install measures that will save you money. The services provided through this program are absolutely free to qualifying homes. If you could benefit from free home weatherization improvements, call OG&E at 1-800-272-9741. That's 1-800-272-9741.
Metal Mart offers high-quality prefabricated metal buildings, metal roofing, custom trim shops, carports, and more. They strive to be a company where contractors as well as do-it-yourselfers are welcome. Metal Mart assists you in calculating the materials needed to complete your project, all at a rate you can afford. They have locations in Fort Smith, Mayflower, Jonesboro, Pine Bluff, and Little Rock. Or you can find them online at metalmarts.com. Metal Mart, the right material for the right price.
When's the last time you did date night at Doe's? Doe's Steakhouse always has the charm and great atmosphere. Plus, the area's largest selection of in-stock wines. And all of the award-winning steaks at Doe's are perfect for sharing. And there's no charge for an extra side or salad when you share. Doe's is proud to be the premier steakhouse in Fort Smith at 422 North 3rd. Open 5 till 9 Monday through Thursday and 5 till 10 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. So make it a date night at Doe's for a great experience every time.
Thank you, River Valley, for the 4th consecutive year. You voted Crabtree and Alma the best place to buy an RV. To show our appreciation, we are beginning our Christmas Cash Day sale early. From now through New Year's Eve, you can choose sales tax paid or $1,000 in Christmas cash on the purchase of any RV from Crabtree. And we'll still give you the most for your trade. The best deals of the year are happening now at Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
Littleton's Paintless Dent Repair is your one-stop shop for all repairs. Paintless Dent Repair, door dings, unsightly dents, and hail damage repair, all repaired to like new conditions. With over 1 million repaired vehicles with satisfied customers, Michael Littleton is the expert in paintless repair. Littleton's Paintless Dent Repair, conveniently located 3 miles from the Arcoma exit off Highway 112, or call 479-461-9764. your #1 Arkansas fan.
Jody'sAuto.com sells tires, lots of tires, the best tire brands at the same prices as the Warehouse Club or Big Tire Chain Store. Price match guarantee. But at Jody'sAuto.com, it's the people. They know tires. They can help you find the best tire for your vehicle at a price you'll want to pay and financing. Free flat repair to everyone. Free road hazard when you buy 4 tires. Can't get that at the club or chain. But Jody'sAuto.com does way more. 3 oil change specials, 1 for every budget. 3 locations, 2 in Fort Smith, 1 in Van Buren. And they do everything. All services, all maintenance, all tires, even towing and fleets. One stop for everything, Jody'sAuto.com. Can't get any of that at the club or chain. Voted best of the best by their customers. Since 1984, one stop, convenience and trust, Jody'sAuto.com.
ESPN 95.3.
So this is Christmas, and what have you done? Another
The Morning Rush with John Neighbors and Tommy Kraft.
Let's go while we're young.
Mind, sir? Trying to tee off?
I bet you slice into the woods $100.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slice.
Damn! Okay, you can owe me.
Call or text the Cherokee Casino hotline at 877-377-6963.
Final segment of the Morning Rush brought to you by JP&O.
You know, an amputation or severe injury can leave you feeling left out of the game, but JP&O Prosthetic and Orthotic Labs are here for you. Today's prosthetics will allow you to live a full life and participate in all the activities you like with technology to improve gait and movement. JP&O has braces for back, knee, and other joint injuries, along with periodontics devices for foot care as well. JP&O has locations in Harrison, Mountain Home, Batesville, Branson, West Plains, Rogers, and in Fayetteville to serve you. JP&O Prosthetic and Orthotic Labs. Solutions, support, and value with world-class technology and service.
Got a ton of people texting us about this, and don't worry, we know we are going to discuss it. Yes, Arkansas did have a little bit of a pleasant surprise this morning where they were able to flip a running back that had been committed to Missouri for quite some time. Dominique Johnson, who's at, is it Crowley or Crowley? I always don't know which one.
Crowley's
Texas.
Ridge? Oh, I don't know. I mean, Crowley's Ridge.
Well, let's just go with Crowley.
All right, we'll go with Crowley because
Crowley,
it's
Texas.
the one in our state.
That's right. He's a running back, 6'1", 230 pounds. So he's a beefier type running back, but had been committed to Missouri for quite some time, even dating back to it's June 2nd. So that's where he's been at. But obviously, with the coaching changes there, and I'm sure Barry Odom had nothing to do with this, but they get the commitment from him. And you can go online and watch some of his huddle tapes because I think that's the way to do it. But in 2019, he had 225 rushes for 1,100 yards and 15 touchdowns. Arkansas needs some depth at running back, because here's the thing. We don't know the status of Rakeem Boyd. We don't know if he's going to stay or go. And if he ends up going, who are you left with? You're left with Chase Hayden, who I think has shown some spots but has battled injury. You got a Monty Spivey, who didn't get a lot of run this year, so you don't really know what he is. And that's pretty much it. So you're going to need some help at the running back position, too, as far as depth goes.
Devwall Whaley graduated. How about Duval Wally? Is he still available?
Duval Wally.
Has Duval Wally got any eligibility left?
That's still the best thing about Eddie in Clarksville right there was calling Devwall
Where's
Whaley.
Duval Wally?
Where's Duval Wally? Close enough for government work. We all knew who you were talking about. But no, I don't know about Duval Wally. I don't know about Duval Wally.
I think he might. I don't know if he's on the list or not.
I don't know either. So, but there you go. There's a pleasant surprise for all you Razorback fans out there. Not many times it feels like you get, because here's the thing too. People are going to say, look at it, be like, oh, well, I mean, he's a 3-star. Listen, at this point in time, if you get a player to commit to you that's been committed to another SEC school and in particular a cross-division rival, take him.
And
Absolutely.
one that's been beating your brains in the last few years.
Yes, because Tommy, who's some other players that didn't have Arkansas offer or had an Arkansas offer maybe, but then went to Missouri and ended up doing all right? I feel like they've had a few players that even from the state of Arkansas that went up. Akil Byers, Taylor Powell.
Taylor Powell. I mean, you want to talk about Dorial Green Beckham? I mean, he was from Missouri, but, it was down to Missouri and Arkansas. He had problems in his career, but still darn good player.
Yeah.
may have been a problem here. But, I mean, yeah. I mean, and I get why some players that, particularly Fayetteville players, might not want to. Now, you went to Fayetteville High School and then went to college just across the street, literally.
Mm-hmm. Literally.
Some people don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I get it.
That's fine.
Go
Totally
experience something
understand it.
else. Missouri makes sense. It's close enough to home that if, you need mom and dad's credit card, it's not that far away. Mom and dad need to come check up on you, not that far away. I mean, it's in the circle.
No, the best thing is about being broke and needing a place to eat dinner that night.
That's
You
why
can
you stay
always
home.
be welcome
Yeah.
at mom and dad's house.
Right.
So, and also, by the way, the other running back, of course, we don't want to forget Traylon Smith, the transfer who was from Arizona State. He's going to be eligible this upcoming season. Yes,
Listen,
he was always on the roster as well.
Is this the greatest flip on signing day ever? No, but you're getting a recruit away from a program that's been beating you.
Yes.
A lot lately.
Exactly right. So, yes, Traylon Smith. I got people texting me and tweeting me about that. Yes, Traylon Smith also. So, my point is that you're going to have if Rakeem Boyd leaves, you have a massive question mark at running back next year.
Yep.
So, I mean, you got massive question marks all over the place. But that was like the one position, though, this past season that you felt strong about. But hopefully, they find a way to keep Rakeem Boyd for one more year. Just think about what a difference that'll make, just having him. And then the other big question is going to be, who's going to be the starting quarterback? If you just had to go ahead and say right now who's it going to be, would you say KJ Jefferson?
KJ Jefferson.
Yeah, I do too.
KJ Jefferson.
And then KJ Jefferson.
And then KJ Jefferson again.
Yeah. I don't see it happening in any way. Other way than it
maybe
being KJ.
If he had been healthy and ready to go in that last game. I mean, I just always think about what ifs. What if KJ Jefferson had played against Missouri? What if Arkansas had beaten Missouri? What would we be sitting here talking about today if Arkansas had found a way because they lost 24-14? What if they'd won 25-24 and beaten Missouri?
I don't know how I'd be feeling different. I'd be laughing at Missouri.
But are we talking about Barry Lunny as the head coach? Would that have been enough as it fell and came down to him or Pittman at the end?
No.
Might have changed the whole dynamics of this deal, man.
See, I don't think it would have. I think it would have been.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think it was that close.
Yeah. I don't think it would have changed anything, personally.
Barry
I could be wrong
that
about
game.
that.
I mean, who knows? That game, I mean, obviously Odom won it and still got fired.
But let's also be honest about it too, Tommy. What is the hope and excitement level of Arkansas football fans right now with Barry Lunny Jr. as the coach? To me, I don't think.
Is it much different than what it is now with Sam Pittman?
I think it's light years different.
Okay.
And again, it's not necessarily just because it's Barry Lunny Jr. New blood brings in new energy.
Well,
and in a lot of cases, it does. Barry Lunny's been around a long time, and that wasn't a new blood that was going to get people excited about it. So, and again, it doesn't come down to that. It just comes down to who wins, who can get the program back.
Well, it's going to be hard for anybody to win, particularly when you got recruiting classes like this for a couple 3 years. And I know, hey, I'm just as impatient as you out there listening, but that's the reality.
Mm-hmm.
This idea of changing coaches again after 2 years, it had to be done this time. I just think Sam Pittman's going to have enough around him, particularly with Barry Odom as his defensive coordinator. I'm really interested to see what happens in the next 48 hours or so with a OC hire. And I just think this coaching staff is not going to let them lose games like they've lost the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Now they don't have a lot of Western Kentuckys and San Jose States on their schedule, with Notre Dame and Texas coming on the next 2 years, but they're not going to lose the games they absolutely should win. I don't believe.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be getting housed by Western Kentucky type teams in the first quarter at home type deals. Like I don't see that.
Well, or forget that, just embarrassed by Mississippi State.
Yeah.
And the difference is I think this staff will have the kids playing hard for them.
Well, how many yards did that Mississippi State have that day? Wasn't it like 680? Like something just insane? Pretty sure it was because it set records for Mississippi State offensively.
That's the game that got him fired ultimately.
Oh.
He was fired after that game. They were just going to wait till the end of the year. Western Kentucky did him in.
Yeah, Western Kentucky's where you couldn't wait.
He was fired after Mississippi State.
I just look back on all of it sometimes and just wonder how was it that bad? How did it get to that point where it was that awful? Like people weren't showing up to games. Like the guy was going before the media all the time and preaching the same thing every single time. He's got to get back to work. It seems like it was so long ago, doesn't it? At least it does to me. Not long enough.
The nightmare that just you keep having, you know.
Yeah. Well.
It's the reality of the hole that this coaching staff's got to dig out of. And, you know, the sad thing is we're sitting here on the first day of National Signing Day in the early signing period, and you're watching everybody. It's kind of like watching everybody else open up great Christmas gifts. And you ever go to, like, you got a new girlfriend or whatever, and you're going to their family deal for Christmas, and no one's bought you anything because they didn't even know you were coming. You just kind of were a late ad, and you're sitting there watching everybody else open up gifts. You don't have anything for anybody. Nobody has anything. And that's kind of how it feels today. You're watching everybody else sit there and open up these, you know, a new Xbox. Ooh, an Apple Watch. Ooh, AirPods. Ooh. And you're just kind of sitting over in the corner chilling. That's kind of what today feels like as an Arkansas fan.
And you just
You're the guy that just kind of slipped into the Christmas party that you're not on the roster, so to speak. No one knew you were coming, and
you're also just trying to convince yourself.
Nothing under the tree for you.
You're trying to convince yourself, this doesn't matter. It's whatever. But then inside you're dying. You're like, I want to open a gift.
Yeah.
I want to have a gift.
That's kind of what it feels like today.
It's a good analogy. That's what it feels like. By the way, speaking of opening gifts, do you believe in the Seinfeld rule that if somebody repeats the gift name after they open it, that means they don't like the gift? Like if you got somebody a belt and they're like, oh, a belt.
Oh, tube socks.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, there's a lot of validity to
some
that.
Tube socks.
There's a lot of validity to that statement. Do you believe in that, though?
Yeah, I think I do.
I do, because I'm thinking about them like the times that I've opened up a gift and I've repeated the name of the gift.
Now I got to be really careful.
Yeah. And that's how I gauge it when I give gifts to my nephews and whatnot. Like, y'all better not repeat the name, and I'll take it back. But that's really what it's the fun part about it, Tom. It's not for the kids.
Just immediately ask if they got the receipt. Hey, did you keep the receipt on this?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, a belt.
Hey, listen.
Do you have the receipt?
I've gotten to the point where I just put the receipts in the gifts as it is.
Oh,
and just call it good. By the way, Mike from the 501 talking about the analogy you were making, Tom. He says that's why you sit in the corner and drink it away.
Exactly right.
Yep.
More wine, please.
Yeah. Do people get drunk during gift openings?
Only at the good parties.
Do you?
No.
Oh, no. Matt, is that something you guys do? Or have you ever done? Has there been drinking at the gift opening ceremonies?
No, that's usually afterwards.
Okay. All right. Because that's what I've always wondered about is like, it's never happened in my house, but, you know, is this something that people just do to... It's like there's enough going on. You can be entertained by the gift opening stuff. It's about the kids for crying out loud.
It's Jesus' birthday.
Well, yeah, exactly.
This would not be good for the economy, but honestly, anyone over about the age of 16 shouldn't get a Christmas gift anyway.
What are you talking about?
That's why Christmas is for kids.
That is the worst. That's the worst
I'm
take
taking
you've ever
y'all's stuff
had.
back.
Yeah, we're not getting you anything.
Just like last year.
No, what are you talking about? We got you an awesome GoPro.
Yes, you did.
And so did you not want the GoPro, Tom?
Ooh, a GoPro.
GoPro. That's terrible. That's the worst take you've had on this show. That once you turn 16, you don't need any more Christmas gifts. That's terrible. So what'd you get your wife, Tommy?
I haven't yet.
Well, you're running out of time because you got a week to get it done. But yeah, get out there and don't listen to Tommy. Buy gifts for people if they want. If you
keep
want
the
gifts,
economy moving, folks.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about the money. That is for sure. Appreciate everybody listening into the Morning Rush today. For Tommy Kraft and Matty T, I am John Neighbors. Same sports show, same sports channel tomorrow morning. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you then.